45 seconds. $30. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Loyalty forever. Bubba Army strong, yeah, we ride together from the collars on hold to the fans online. Everybody locked in at the same time. Raise your voice, let the whole world see. Ain't no fan base louder than the Bubba Army.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
You decide to live because you're going to need a place to live. I'll pay 6 months on your apartment, give you $5,000 right now, and you got, an hour to get out of here.
Oh, that's the Derek Jeter treatment you were giving him.
Or we can learn from this, and you start being, the little freak that I want you to be. We could probably make this. We could probably learn from. I could probably learn from this.
Oh no,
you're really no different than the guy that runs Iran.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Monday, March 16th, 2026, the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Me, your host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, Seth Kushner, the Macho Man, and Lummy. Today's lineup, that'll be tomorrow's lineup as well. Wednesday, it'll be the same with Alaska replays of Dan. Thursday, Babyface is missing this Thursday.
Yeah, he's on
the spring break Willie or something.
Yeah, he's on the 7 Seas on some sort of new cruise ship that's debuting.
Family? Is it with child or
no? He went by himself.
Yeah, it's just one of those grinder cruises.
Just kidding. He always goes with this. It's either like a bro trip or with the family, but this is with the family.
I don't know that I've ever known that he's cruised bro. I don't know that he's done a bro cruise.
I guarantee those fishing rods aren't going to get used.
I think that he does like bro Vegas trips to go to like UFC. And things like that. And then of course Gene Lasker again on Friday. And whew. Is this my third week back, Lummy?
Yes, it is.
Time flying.
God, it just doesn't get any easier, does it? So I have arguably not, or I should say admittedly watched college basketball in a while. It's been a while since I forgot that Florida won the national championship last year. So I completely forgot about that. I mean, I just don't really pay attention to college basketball. And the only time I pay attention to even the NBA is if the Pacers are doing well, and that ship has sailed. So who's there one guy that was really good and he got hurt? And then
Tyrese Halliburton.
Is he ever coming back?
Yeah, next year.
So he missed this entire year. They knew he was going to be horrible. That's why they got rid of Miles Turner and other. So are the Pacers in a rebuilding year?
No, they're just going to get a great draft pick and then come back again next year.
Are they suited to be the number one? Are they the worst team in the league?
No, but they're one of them.
And is the draft strong this year?
Generational, they're calling it.
Really?
Yeah.
Seth Wiley, $20.
Thank you.
Do they still do that, like the worst 5 teams go in the pool and they pick who gets the first pick?
Yep, I think so.
I remember when Orlando got Shaq that way. They were so excited.
Yeah, they do the lottery. There's a lot of controversy about it. The NBA, because the NBA has about 8 to 10 teams that completely tank, so they're trying to figure out a way to not necessarily, give the worst teams, the best chances at getting the best college player.
Does it the way it goes, Seth, is like in the NFL, they're like, okay, if the team with the worst record, less you have any trades or anything like that, but arguably the team with the worst record, you get the first pick. Like
Right.
that's just the way it goes. It goes by the way that you finish, in the league, and the Super Bowl champion gets the last pick, and then so forth and so on, and it's pretty much locked in. Well, with college, with the NBA, and I think there's a couple of different sanctioning bodies that do it, but they take like 5 or 10 of the worst teams, and then like the worst team gets the most ping pong balls. Like they may have 15 ping pong balls, and then the next worst team may have like 12 ping pong balls. And isn't it something like that where then it's they pull out. Yeah, but sometimes the team with the very worst record and like picks third or something.
Yes, a lot of people believe that the lottery is rigged. A lot of people feel like Wembanyama was rigged to go to the Spurs. People feel like the lottery was rigged, that the Mavericks were going to get Cooper Flag after they traded Luka. So there is a lot of controversy that the league has set the lottery up to send the players to the teams that they deem fit. So a lot of controversy about the way that the guys are taken in the NBA.
Do you think there's some shenanigans going on with that?
I think so.
It's possible.
I mean, in every sport there's been cheating.
But if the NBA sets it all up, then I figure it's for the best. I'm not getting too upset either way.
True. Other than
it's entertainment.
Other than like it shouldn't be the luck of a draw. If you're the worst team with the worst record, you shouldn't have to have any type of luck on your side in order to get the first pick.
But a lot of these teams shut down their players. They don't. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of maneuvering that goes on.
So they'll strategize so they can get the first pick if it went that way.
The Jazz have like 9 of their guys on IR. I mean, you'll put guys out for the whole season. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on.
Tanking for number one.
So I watched. I remember Brian, the babyface, on Thursday. Him and Lummy are they're Johnny USF. They know. I mean, Lummy literally could tell you what the USF girls softball record was. Or is.
Well, I mean, baseball is doing pretty good this year, 19-3. I think women's softball, I believe, is 15-2.
Hold on, the boys baseball team is 19-3.
Yeah, they're actually doing really well this. So
are they gonna will they make the tournament for the College World Series, or they got to win the conference like the basketball team did yesterday?
They probably will have to do pretty well in their conference to make it.
Are they at 19-3? I got to think they're probably at the top of the conference.
Yes, they are. They're currently they're winning.
Now,
their conference.
Are they in the same? Was it the Atlantic Coast Conference? No.
American.
The American Coast.
Yes.
Now, is it the American Coast Conference, or is it just the American
Athletic Conference?
Oh, so it's the
AAC.
AAC.
Yep. Yes.
And so they're going to have to win. Who's give me some teams in the AAC. South Florida, University of South Florida. Is UCF in that?
No, they're in the Big 12. You got...
Man, UCF got a Big 12?
Yeah, they got a Big 12, which they're thinking that's where USF might go, or the ACC. But you got the likes of Tulane and Tulsa, FAU, Rice, Wichita State. Yeah, some big powerhouses right there.
So anyway, I watched the what is it? The AAC. I don't know. I watched USF take on Wichita State yesterday on ESPN. I hear Brian and Lummy talking about how good South Florida's basketball team is. They're like 23-8 or something like that. And Brian said, a couple of those were just they blew it. and they should be they're actually a better team than what their record indicates at 23-8. So they make it to the finals of the conference championship, and that's an automatic, bid to the. Is it 68? It's gone from 64 to 68 teams now, right?
Yes.
For the March Madness / NCAA men's basketball tournament. And so it went from, it used to be 64, now it's 68.
Because 64 is not enough.
Yeah, because 64,
we missed somebody with the top 64 teams.
For whatever reason. When did that change?
5 years ago.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm like, you know what? I was kind of just. Yesterday was my reset day, so I didn't get home from the track until literally 2:30 at night on Saturday night, and I slept in on Sunday, and then just kind of laid around. Really didn't do much, and I was like, you know what? It's 3. I think the game's like at 3:00, so I turn in and I watch the majority of the South USF taking on Wichita State. I watched the majority of the game, and I cannot believe one thing, and that is how much the referees have really loosened up the traveling call. My Lord, these guys take like 4 and 5 steps. It almost seems like, from somebody that hasn't watched it in a while, it almost seems awkward, or like the refs aren't doing their job because they allow them, even when, like, if I was to pass the ball to Dan, they even let that guy take a step before he starts dribbling, or I was always taught, or when, we watch basketball, like when I throw it to Dan, his feet have to stay still, planted, until he starts his dribble.
Not anymore.
I mean, now they allow Dan to take another step, and then he goes, and then the guy going down the line, I mean, he takes literally, I don't know, man, but it seems like, and you said it's worse in the NBA. They take like 9 steps.
Yeah, the referees just they're a little more lax on it nowadays.
There is no carrying the ball. It's just, I don't know. And South Florida looked pretty good, but they need to, when they're dried up on the 3, they need to stop going to the 3 and just get it inside.
And the problem is they live and die by the 3.
They really do, don't they?
Yes, they do.
The Enos, and who's the big white guy that's pretty good from
Pino. Yeah, he was in foul trouble, which really hurt him.
And then they got this little African American guy. He's about 5'9", 5'10". I think his name's Hargrove or something. He's a little spark plug. He single-handedly, helped him get back, or actually win the game and distance himself. So anyway, upon winning the game yesterday, University of South Florida is now the 11th seed in the East region. It was last night at 7 or 8. They actually have a show. Don't they actually do the selection on ESPN?
Selections Sunday.
So there's an East, a South, a West, and a North region. Here are the teams that are selected. How good is Duke, Lummy? Like, if you take Duke versus Florida, who wins the ball game?
That's going to be a good.
And Dan, when Duke plays Florida, which both, by the way, did your undergrad at Duke and did your medical school at Florida, when Duke plays Florida, who do you root for?
Duke.
You do?
In basketball, yes. Oh. In football, Florida. In basketball, Duke.
Really?
Yeah, Duke's
I think it's better that way.
Team ever.
Yeah, it's better that way. I mean, yeah.
When you were rolling around Duke, though, oh,
him and Mike Krzyzewski were laying out all the broads.
Exactly, we were. He tried shotgun in my IROC.
Who were the big basketball gods at Duke when you were there?
Tommy Amaker, Jay Billis. We had
must have been a down year.
Christian Laettner.
Christian Laettner was right after I got there. No, when I got there, Bubba, we went to the national championship game and lost to Louisville in the last 90 seconds, and then they burned the quad down.
What do you mean by they burned it?
They were throwing fire. They had a giant fire. They started burning like couches and everything. They were really pissed.
Anyway, Duke is one. They play what? Who they play? I've never even heard of
Siena.
I've never even heard of them. Where they located?
Oh, or here and there.
If they're there by that one place. They're just north
Well,
of
that's the
town
thing
a little
about
bit.
March Madness. When there's 192 teams, you get to learn about all of them.
Let me. Where is Siena?
I would guess it's in New York, and I think I am correct. It is New York.
All right, and they obviously are some obscure conference that they won in order to get in, or they went like 31-0, kind of like, was it Miami of Ohio or something like that?
Yes.
Ohio State at 8. This is the East region. TCU at 9. St. John's at 5. Northern Iowa at 12. Kansas at 4. Cal Baptist, another team that probably had to win some obscure conference. At 13, University of South Florida, USF takes on number 6. South Florida is 11. They take on 6th Louisville. Is that Wednesday?
Thursday.
Thursday
at 1:00.
Michigan State 3, North Dakota State 14, UCF at 10.
Yeah.
UConn and Furman. There's your East. South Florida, they're taking on Lehigh. Now, what's this extra one in here?
That's where they got the 68. Yeah, they have a play-in game.
What's that?
The play-in game. So those two teams have to play.
All right, so Lehigh and Prairie View A&M have to play to see who gets the ability to play Florida.
Yes.
Clemson, Iowa, Vanderbilt, McNeese, Nebraska, Troy, North Carolina, VCU. Who's VCU?
Virginia Commonwealth.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Illinois, Penn, St. Mary's, Texas A&M, Houston, Idaho. That's your South. Your Midwest, Michigan, and then it's got a UMBC versus a Howard on a play-in game. Is that where they get to 68 as they have a couple of these play-in game, Willies?
Yes. Yeah.
Georgia, there's my guy last year. He was, 2 years ago, was the coach at Indiana State. And the guy who's the head coach for St. Louis. Yeah, and remember they stole him.
Yeah, now he's got them rolling.
And he stole all the Indiana State guys. Like, remember the guy that was called Larry Nerd instead of Larry Bird?
The goggles.
Yeah. So he's got St. Louis as the 9th seed. Texas Tech, Akron, Alabama, Hofstra, Tennessee, and then there's another play-in game: Miami of Ohio and SMU, Virginia, Wright State, Kentucky, Santa Clara, Iowa State, and Tennessee State. Isn't
that amazing that the playing game is the 11th seed?
Yeah.
You would think they would be like the 16th seed.
Is the Arkansas coach John Calamari? Is that the guy? That the guy who used to be Kentucky's coach?
Yes.
Oh, he was. And did he get thrown out of Kentucky on some scandal?
He got thrown out of Kentucky because they weren't winning.
He won. I thought he won a couple national championships.
But they weren't getting out of the tournament. They weren't getting out of the first round a lot of times.
But he had won.
Yeah,
a couple.
He coached UMass back in the day. Then he went and coached the Nets. Yeah, he's been.
He did.
Yeah, Patino. Patino's still around.
He's with St. John.
Patino is.
Yeah, Rick Pitino.
And didn't Patino even go to Europe, I think, for a couple of years and teach?
Well, Patino got kicked out.
He had a scandal.
Patino had a scandal from Louisville, didn't he, Don?
Yeah. He was banging a waitress or something.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, whatever. Arizona. Who's LIU? Is that be like Long Island University?
We're going to find out.
I think that sounds right.
Villanova, Utah State, Wisconsin, High Point, Arkansas, Hawaii, BYU, another play-in game, Texas and NC State.
Yeah, Long Island University.
Gonzaga, Kennesaw State, Miami, Missouri, Purdue, and Queens. That is your 68-team bracket right there with action beginning, Wednesday?
Yeah, the playing games are Wednesday, and then you got Thursday's games.
So for the next 5 days, or in those 5-day periods, there's literally 36 really important basketball games to watch. And it's a madhouse to try to cover them all.
And when you asked about Florida and Duke, they played earlier this year.
Oh, what happened?
Florida lost to Duke 67-66.
Really?
Yeah. So
was it at Duke or at Gainesville?
It was at Duke.
At Duke?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So they're a good matchup.
There you go.
And Duke's lucky they won the ACC tournament because they won by a point in the semifinal game?
Yeah, against Florida State.
Yeah, against Florida State. It was close.
They're the number one team in the nation.
Yeah.
Who are your 4 number 1 seeds were Florida, Duke, Arizona, and I forget
Michigan.
And is Michigan that good?
Yes. Even though they lost in the championship to Purdue, but they're good.
The college basketball coaches, they don't make near the money that these like what's the highest is Mike Krzyzewski still around, or no? He's out.
He's retired.
He's retired. So, Lummy, who's the highest paid NCAA men's basketball coach? Who's the high and what's those numbers?
I think it's the Kansas guy.
Because like the football number is $10 million. Like that's kind of now if there's some guys that are in the 11 to 14 and maybe 15 area, but most college coaches are in the like 3 to 6 area.
Looks like Bill Self from Kansas is 5 years, $53 million. That's his contract.
5 year, 53. So that's over $10 million a year.
And then Calipari is number 2 at $8 million.
From Arkansas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's that whole 5 to 10 range.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably. And Lummy, you're saying that the guy from USF, you kind of look like you guys could be brothers.
Yeah, he's a handsome man.
You're saying that because of his success in turning the USF program around, he's the number one guy that Syracuse is probably courting?
Yes. Yeah, they got him as one of the hottest coaches right now to get plucked.
Now, will they have to pay USF like a termination early fee?
Yeah, there's a little bit, but it's not going to be as much as it should be.
But when you do that, you completely destroy the program.
Yeah,
because the guy takes usually all of his best players with him. They get in a portal.
Yeah, they're all transfer and we'll be bare. So then we'll have to find someone new, and then they'll have to bring their guys in.
Well, why don't they just try to compete?
They'll try, but I mean,
they'll try, but when you've lost your entire starting lineup.
No. I don't mean the team. I'm talking about the school. By keep the coach. Bid for the coach
because
prestige.
Yes, Syracuse basketball
is bigger deal than USF.
Way bigger deal than USF.
In American Conference.
Even if the pay was the same, the guy's out of here to go to the
he's going to
and he's from New York.
Yeah, the ACC. I mean,
better program. Syracuse actually at one time was like a major franchise in college basketball.
Yeah,
were they not?
They're going to put more money into the program at Syracuse. It's a bigger program. It's a step up. Unfortunately,
I don't know if we'll get a copyright strike on this or not.
Probably, but
Gary can get rid of him.
Yeah,
I think I like Conan O'Brien. I like him, and this is anytime that you're the host of any awards, it's just. It's a setup for failure because you really can't probably be as funny and dirty as you want to because it's on ABC. This is the Oscars.
All the clips I saw were really funny.
Yeah,
me too. I was getting ready to say like when Jimmy Kimmel hosted whatever he hosted, I didn't laugh one time.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel's not funny. Conan O'Brien's funnier than Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, I think so. And so, but it's a tough gig when they got you hosting the Oscars because the crowd is some of the most elite actors in the world, and then most people that watch. I don't even know anybody that really. It used to be a big deal that people would watch it on TV. I'm
sure all the gals had viewing parties across the world.
But you know what happened, Bubba? It got this political environment's so toxic. And the Oscars have become so liberally oriented, and they've really disillusioned and chased away a lot of America and being so political throughout the year, and certainly at things like the Oscars and the Emmys and the Academies.
Well, I think Hollywood in general. I think Los Angeles, Hollywood within Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. I think I think the heads of all these studios. They are very liberal, and
they've been for years. It just didn't matter as much, and now for some reason it just matters.
I also don't think people. I'm just making a sweeping statement. I have no facts to back this up, but I also don't think people are seeing as many movies as they were seeing back in the day. So I think there's a real disconnect with what movies are actually up for awards and who these actors are. And I know when the Oscars come out, a lot of people then go and start watching all these movies that they've heard of, but I just don't know if people are as familiar as they have been in the past.
I think you nailed it. I think you absolutely nailed it in the fact that you're right. There's like probably a 50 to 70% drop off on people that go to movies. They wait for them to stream, and sometimes we'll go ahead and not even go after that movie until they've won an award. So
all I know about is Michael B. Jordan and Timothy Chalamet. Maybe that's all I need to know. But those are the guys that I heard about this year.
But have you seen their movie they're in, Sinners?
No, I have not.
Have you?
No.
But it won Best Picture, didn't it?
He was Best Actor.
Best actor,
yeah.
okay.
Best Picture was one battle after another.
Can you
romantic.
Can you send me the trailer for One Battle After Another?
Yes.
Which won Best Picture, and can you also send me the trailer for Sinners?
You want to have a Best Picture movie night, Bubba?
No, not really.
Where we all get together and just go through the top.
Are you still getting the pictures to survey? Are you still getting those?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Well, because you're a
SAG?
member of the SAG, you're getting.
Yes and no. I've moved.
They only send them the porn.
I've moved. So no, I haven't.
I sent you the one battle after
I haven't
another.
been getting the screeners. I think, Dan, I had to go into the website and opt in to get them digitally or something like that, and I have not done that. I can call my SAG rep. I know my dues are paid, but I've not been getting the screeners. Maybe they don't do it anymore.
Your vote could have changed it all.
I
sent you both, Center and...
All right, well, here's a couple clips from Conan O'Brien hosting the Oscars, and like Seth said, I agree. The 2 or 3 clips that I saw from him were funny. He's a great... This is a way better selection than Jimmy Kimmel or Colbert.
I wasn't into Conan O'Brien back in the day when he got screwed with the Tonight Show, but they really screwed this guy over. He's funny.
First time since 2012 that there are no British actors nominated for Best Actor or Best Actress.
I heard, isn't Conan like 6'7"?
He's tall. He's a tall kid. Yeah.
I think, let me look at him. I think he's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah. British spokesperson said, yeah, well, at least we arrest our pedophiles. So, we got that.
I actually think that's pretty funny.
Oh man, he really worked that one in.
That was pretty funny. You know, talking about the Epstein deal.
6'4".
I should warn.
6 what?
6'4".
6'4".
I should.
The first time I met Howard, Howard's 6'7".
Wow.
Or 6'6", 6'6", 6'7". And the first time I met him, when I was interviewing for the job, to do what I did for him, I was like, "Oh my God, you're so tall."
I should warn you, tonight could get political, okay? And if that makes you uncomfortable, there's an alternate Oscars being hosted by Kid Rock. Yeah.
This is so funny. And then that's a little pop. Then listen to this.
It's at the Dave & Buster's down the street. A lot of tickets for that. I should warn you tonight.
Funny. This is the concert that Dan went to this weekend. The Luke Bryan deal?
Yep.
He was at Ray J Stadium where the Bucks play. Dan has obviously a luxury box now. When they configure that, is the stage down by you guys or is the stage down on the other side?
It depends, and usually the stage is on the far side, but this time the stage was right on the 50.
Oh, so
it was nice because
like a theater
it wasn't
in the
far.
round, like in the round kind of deal.
They kind of sort of oriented it all towards the pirate ship, but still, it was not all the way over, and the stadium was filled. It was a well attended concert. And Bubba, I want to thank you because that going way back to that country stuff when you and I went shopping.
Yeah,
when there's a country concert, man, I got the gigs
so
for it. I got to bust out my
had.
Ariat jeans, my big ass belt buckle.
No, that you wore probably the same outfit.
You got a cowboy hat, Dan?
No,
I didn't wear the hat.
Okay.
I almost did. It was kind of
you
warm.
should have.
No one in the box had the hat on.
I know, but you could have been.
It's a little hot for the hat, I think.
Yeah, I didn't want to sweat it all out. So
But
I busted it out.
Other than the hat, did you look? I mean, did you had to look cowboy?
Oh, I look cowboy as cowboy as John Travolta looked in Urban Cowboy, but I looked cowboy.
Well, great. Did you get any comments?
Yeah, I fit in. I didn't overdo it. It was just enough.
Who of the brothers went?
None.
Oh, so really?
But Rob Elder went and Troy and a couple of those other guys.
Was the box full?
Oh yeah, it was packed.
Yeah. Anyway, so Luke Bryant, Saturday night, Tampa Stadium, or I should say Ray J, and our starting quarterback, Baker Mayfield, gets up on stage with him, and oddly enough, he knew the lyrics. He must be a big Luke Bryant fan. I don't know any of Luke Bryant's lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, interestingly about Luke Bryan, this is sort of a Taylor Swift type breakup album. And so most of the songs were classic, country, depressed, I lost my girl and what am I going to do now songs.
Does he have a bunch of hits?
Yeah, he does pretty well. He's a big guy.
But you got to have
popular.
hits if you're playing Ray J.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're
60,000 people.
I mean, you're
Jesus.
right. That's pretty much a stupid question. You got to have a lot of hits to play a stadium.
So he was dating this girl for like 2 or 3 years, and recently broke up with her. And she's like a podcast. She was kind of like a relatively famous girl.
Brianna Chicken Fry?
She's a brunette, really pretty. He dumps her, and then he meets this other girl, and in 3 months he's married. So it's his like breakup album, but now he's
Married.
like in bliss with a new girl that looks apparently just like the old
How
girl.
can you get married in 3 months?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know how anyone could do that.
And Lemmy, what's his worth? See what Luke Bryan's worth. It's worth.
Hope it's more than his height.
It would take.
Do you feel like there's more stadium shows than there used to be back in the day?
Yeah. I sent you his new wife, too, what she looks like, so you can get a...
The old one was slightly prettier, but...
Hold on here. This is Luke. Oh, hold on. She's pretty hot. This is Luke Bryan's new wife right here.
Yes.
Samantha. I mean, she's pretty sporty.
Yeah,
Dan.
but the girl before was like a prettier version of her.
Yeah, okay. So a bunch of probably songs about her and how much he loves her.
No, breakup songs. Nothing about the new girl.
Nothing about the new girl?
No, the album was cut when he was in the middle of the breakup.
Oh, I wonder if he has to explain to the wife. You know,
It says
listen,
his net worth between 12 to 15 million.
that's it?
Yeah. He's kind of new onto the scene.
He's at least 5'6", too.
This is Baker Mayfield, who I think is only 6 or 6'1"?
Yeah, he's not that tall either.
Jameis would never.
Jameis would never.
Dan, it says he's 6'1".
Who?
Zach Bryan.
Okay, that's
The hell
neither.
he is,
Come
dude.
on.
He's 5'6".
They're both 5'10", maybe.
I think Baker Mayfield. I've stood next to him before. He's about 6'1", 6'2". But there's no way Zach Bryan's 6'1". Dude, that's just lies.
When we come back, the AEW, Lummy, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, dude, this is some of the best stuff that wrestling's ever put forth.
Oh my God!
Don't be a hater, dude. Just appreciate it.
I'm not hating. It just shows you how much better the WWE product is. It really does. It just shows you how polished and how much of a entertainment machine the WWE is, because they're not doing this nonsense.
Maybe you just don't understand the star power that was in front of you with this video.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Was like a podcaster.
Yeah,
like she was in media.
Yeah, I think this is her, right?
Yeah, it's her.
She's prettier.
Yeah.
This girl.
Yeah.
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 Apparently, he offered her $80 million to keep her mouth shut, and she didn't.
take it, yeah.
How can you offer?
I don't think she got off. I don't know.
How can you offer $80 million when you're only worth 15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this shit. How do I know this shit? I should know this shit. Just catching up on the red carpet content, everybody.
I started watching the Netflix WWE thing. But there were
Unreal?
Yeah. I watched the first episode. I mean, it was everything. I mean, you know, like I'm familiar with the gorilla position, and I mean, it was everything that I'd already known. But it. Did you notice how the first episode was all about the build up for the Netflix deal, right? You know, the very season 1 F1.
Yeah.
And did you notice that they didn't include any Hogan footage at all? And they covered almost every aspect of the Netflix debut. You know, from CM Punk to John Cena to the what was the girls the goth Riley,
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, her match to the gorilla position to. I mean, they covered every. They showed Taker there. They showed all the old school guys there, and they didn't. And Hogan was actually part of the program. They didn't show any of that at all.
I don't know. There was probably nothing to show other
Even
than
if they just would have showed him backstage, getting ready to go, as he's there at the curtains and they're in the gorilla position, getting ready to go out. If they just would have just even alluded to that happen, they wouldn't had to have shown the reaction or anything like that. But just to show that he was there and present, I don't understand why they would cut him out unless they hate him that bad. Because he did participate in it.
Yeah, they follow each episode. They follow different storylines.
Right.
So
this one, I guess, episode 1 was the road to the Netflix, along with kind of the CM Punk / Cody Rhodes / Rhea angle.
Yeah.
I guess Bubba said it too. I don't know. People were. I'm like. I guess I'm like. I didn't hear. I heard you say it was, and then I was just like.
Did CM Punk? Did he get his WrestleMania main event status?
Yeah.
That was probably last year, wasn't it?
That's why it's so confusing.
Yes, and he's the champion going into WrestleMania this year.
Oh, so right now Cody dropped it.
No. They've got there's two belts: CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, and then Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton.
Well, that's a hell of a card.
That's that one for night 1 and one for night 2. They were having trouble. They had to discount tickets heavily this year for WrestleMania. They're having big time trouble selling them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, it's like $400 a seat.
Jesus.
Where's it at this year?
Vegas. I think they go back to Saudi Arabia maybe next year or something. I don't know. Maybe the war will put up. Maybe they'll hinder that.
I like the interlink.
Congrats, Rookie. You killed it, man. What's up, Berto?
$8 million a year.
I'm hearing Sinners is on Netflix, eh?
Scully.
What's that all about?
Fuck you.
They got any Canadian movie awards? I bet not. America's Hat. Fuck you.
Right.
Mounties.
Go America. Tell them, Seth.
America. We own baseball.
I saw Marty Supreme.
And hockey.
And hockey,
We even won the wheelchair.
Welcome to Fender Works, a full-service auto body repair and refinishing company located in Clearwater, Florida. From minor door dings to full collisions, they do it all. All of their repairs come with a lifetime warranty and satisfaction guarantee. They will beat any written estimate and will not lose a job over price. It's their honesty and down-to-earth approach that has separated them from the rest. They'll literally go out of their way to satisfy their customers. Go see Adam now for a free estimate, 727-542-6420 or FenderWorks.com, or go see their Fender Works Facebook page.
Listen up, freak shows!
He's back. Living proof that a man can live without a brain.
Back to Bubba!
Until you'll have till April 15th. It's right at less than a month to go pre-purchase the new Fat Man Dunk 4s, the 4th installment in my shoe series. Also, we're bringing back the Fat Man Dunk slides. The first time we sold them, we had kind of a sizing mess up, and so we didn't get a really chance to sell that many of them. But we found the same manufacturer that's making the shoes, who has is great, and I've dealt with before. They're making the slides as well, so they'll be true to size. Here are you can go to Bubba Army merch, Bubba Army shop, Bubba Army store.com, and they're less than $100. They're $99.99.
They're good looking too, man. Animal.
Yeah, look. So this is the pre-sales only. Bubba Army Fat Man Dunks, Air Bubba 4s. There's the shoe right there. Pretty much, there's the front side. There's the sole, the back side with the 4 emblem, and then the tongue will have Bubba Army on it as well. So there you go. Get those while you can. You got a month to get them. On April 15th at midnight, it's done. Same with the slides. We're doing the same with that. They're available to April 15th, and then we're doing the bundle, which saves you $12, and that is the knife, the Alpha cologne, and the Ridge wallet for $72.99. Usually that's $84. So those are the 3 things that we got going on right now. Air Bubba store, shop, and or merch. Anybody who wants a pair, let me know. Give me your size. I think you can get a pair of slides, but you can't get a pair of shoes because the largest it goes is 13.
Yeah.
Poor little thing. So anyway,
miss out.
I asked. This was voted by the Oscars last night as the best movie.
Yes.
The best movie of the year.
Yes, it
and
was.
It's called One Battle After Another. I've never even heard of such a movie. So this is the trailer, right?
Yes.
Is that Leonardo DiCaprio?
I think so. I guess in L.A.
Yeah, probably in
California.
How did I miss a Leo movie? I'm so disappointed in myself.
You're usually up on the Leo.
Dude,
nerds.
Leo's the greatest actor of our generation.
Probably.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape still makes me cry.
I mean, Wolf of Wall Street, one of my favorites.
I mean, he really has become one of the most relevant and important actors of the last 20 years.
He
really has.
He's kind of like He's in the category of like a Jack Nicholson, Clint Eastwood.
I feel like he's elite. Yeah.
Yeah, he's elite. He's elite.
He's elite.
He
yes.
is, the guy.
And he makes real movies. Like he actually real acts. It's not like the Tom Cruise movies where it's the same character over and over again.
Exactly. Exactly. He makes real
it's the same
movies.
story.
You are so unsuitable for my daughter.
Now, let me ask this: in theaters, or can you get it streaming anywhere, or is it just is it in the movie theaters now? Is it what?
I will find out if it's in theaters.
Boy, if you can't order this movie at your house today, then the Oscars have not done you justice. I feel like
exactly.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. Everyone that saw a movie that they thought was interesting during the Oscars presentation,
if you can't
should be able to get that today.
Yes, you're exactly right. You're right, Seth. Like if you're a movie production company and you won an award last night and the public can't find you online, you're remiss. You're screwing up. With Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, that Guy Ritchie movie. But Benito del Toro was in there, and so was Brad Pitt. It was a great movie.
That's when Madonna was married, I think, to Guy Ritchie.
Yeah,
and he divorced her, and I forget how much it cost her.
Oh, he got money from her?
Oh, yeah. Lots. Let me see. Let me look that up.
It didn't stop her from loving, though.
Wow.
Tell me that ain't the kind of marriage you want to get into. and let me, I think $76 million, and he got to keep like their UK, London, or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I got
for France,
Ashcombe home in England, and some other assets.
And I think the Ashcombe home in England was worth like $22 million. Something like that.
It looks about $20 million.
So
yeah,
listen
you're
to this.
correct.
I forget what I was on my phone yesterday, and a Realtor.com. I don't know what I was on, but a Realtor.com ad came up, and there's this $36 million place in Odessa that they're trying to sell, and I'm like,
was it Odessa?
It's Odessa. It's off. I think it's off of Gun Highway. And it's, I don't know how many, but it's $37 million. And I'm like, what? I didn't know that all of Odessa was worth $37 million.
They got a couple on Keystone Lake, Lake Keystone.
You should see this thing. Send me a copy. You would never think this would be in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. They got me completely lost on this trailer, completely.
I can't wait to watch it, though.
Yeah. September, so I'm assuming it was last September, right?
Yeah.
Lummy, this is Sinners we had heard that this might be a good movie to check out. Where can people find Sinners?
I'm looking for that now, too. I believe you can stream it everywhere.
That's a 32 coupe in the back. Doug Clem would have a full-blown erection right now. I think my dad has that same car. This one right here. Not this one. This is like a Model T.
Looks like
it's a 32 something.
It looks like you can stream this on Amazon and HBO Max.
They could never do anything with our gun laws. Hollywood would fold if it couldn't have guns, right? I mean, guns everywhere.
I've been all over this world.
Isn't that amazing, Dan? Probably the one state that's the most uptight over guns is the end, but yet guns are most. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how prevalent percentage-wise are guns in the movies, right?
Oh, I bet it's 35%.
Or if not more. But yet it's, Hollywood is the most uptight. California's, I think, one of the most uptight gun states there are.
Well, there was a while that they weren't, smoking in movies for a while because they were trying to,
I've seen enough.
It looks like it's, I believe, a vampire movie.
Is that what it is?
It looks like there's vampires in it, yes.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm going over to AEW, and let's watch the AEW to attempt to try to.
I sent you that $38 million house. I guess it's or 35. It was started listing at 38, but I guess it's owned by that lawyer Kemp, Stacey Kemp. Do you know her? Have you seen her ads?
No.
Yeah, she's some. It's a lawyer.
Hold on, Stacey Kemp.
Yes.
Is that a guy or a girl?
It's a girl.
And she's a big swinging D attorney, and
I guess.
Dan, I mean, I've heard of there's some.
Yeah, she's the queen of Odessa. I don't know anything about her.
I don't know. I've never heard of her as Macho. We broke at 30. Do you have an issue? Macho Man, answer me. Do we have
flex twice if it's yes?
No, I'm in a time machine. I didn't know we broke already. I forgot.
I mean, I'm 12 minutes ahead. I got 12 minutes yet. Let me.
I guess
I never even heard of
Kemp at the Kemp Law Group over in Trinity. Owns that $35 million house.
Her and her husband.
I would assume so.
New at 5, a family's.
Dan, look at this. I mean, I never you could maybe. Well, no, I don't.
Looks
think
like an office building.
I think it's
like a hospital front.
I saw that it was it's been somewhat like designed after a day spa, like it's like a resort. It's like a spa resort.
Dream home in Odessa is now the most expensive Tampa Bay property to ever hit the market. It's listed at, are you ready? $38.5 million. The asking price tops former Yankee Derek Jeter's old home on Davis Islands in Tampa, which was listed for more than $22 million, and a home in Mandalay Point in Clearwater Beach, which was originally listed at $37.5 million.
The Odessa home features 6 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, and an Olympic-sized pool. You gotta see that. The owners gave Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer a look inside.
The price of this property in Odessa has caught the attention of people around the world.
It would take 10. Dan, you're familiar with big houses as I am. It would take $5 to $10 grand a month just to maintain this home.
Oh, lease.
If not more.
At least.
I mean, between
10 grand a month all day long.
You got this much space and this many working. Dan,
you need a fountain guy.
You're gonna have a fountain guy. You're gonna have to have a shrubbery guy. You're gonna have to have a paver guy. You're gonna have to have an HVAC guy. You're gonna have to have an electrician. There's just always something to main.
Always.
The owner says once you see inside, you'll see it's worth every penny. But first,
look at this.
Visitors can take in the priceless view of this lakeside home.
We wanted to live like we were in a resort.
Owner Stacey Kemp gets that resort feeling as soon as she walks in through the breezeway in between the connected main house and guest house.
My favorite part is right here outside.
And out to the Olympic-sized pool.
It was designed so that you could see.
Why are you selling it? You ain't got enough work.
A little bit of the.
Let me look at that pool. Look at that.
That's insane.
This is badass.
Water in the pool from all.
It's got like a resort style pool slide.
The rooms and the guest house and the main house.
Stacy, a Tampa Bay attorney who owns the Kemp Law Group, says her family began by purchasing a small cabin on Island Ford Lake in 2017. A couple years later, they decided to buy 2 adjacent lots and build their dream home.
It took about 4 or 5 years from when we decided.
The house was completed in March 2024, but something happened before then. Their children grew up, graduated high school, and became career-focused.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Dan's going to be facing this here in a few years.
The empty nest.
I mean, Steve already is. Jay's halfway there. Dan, you'll be the last one, but it's coming soon. You're only 1 year from Sophia, but she's going to UT, so she'll probably
it's 2 months. I mean, she's done in 2 months.
So what I'm saying is, though, but she's going to probably stay local and maybe stay home, right?
She'll stay at college. Wherever she goes, she's going to stay there.
On campus?
She'll stay on campus. I think that's important.
But you become an empty nester then when you're a kid, and it's just you and your wife, and now you got,
it's me and my dog.
18,000 square feet.
Stacy says they have little time to enjoy their home now, so they listed it for a Tampa Bay market record $38.5 million.
Everything is top-notch quality.
Does it come furnished?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, that
to
much
sustain
money.
her.
Yeah, for that much money, man, I'm not, slugging in my own couch and stuff.
But anyone with that kind of money is going to slug in their own couch and stuff.
Yeah, they kind of want to slug in their own stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Canes, and it's all steel and poured concrete everywhere.
Stacy took us around the 6-bedroom, 10-bathroom, 16,000 square foot house. There's a movie theater, bar, and poker table just down the hall.
I'm telling you right now, even if I could afford that house, it's just too much.
And you're in Odessa. Ain't nobody going to visit.
Too much. It's just too much, man. Too much. I just want to be able to, all I need is a bed, big TV, nice little kitchen, maybe a pool.
The master bedroom has one of Stacy's favorite features.
It's just such a beautiful, amazing
putting green
view to wake up to.
Then,
first of all, I like total darkness. How am I going to get my sleep on?
Oh, you're screwed in there.
Come on now. I'm going to have $50,000 in blackout drapes.
Features.
It's just such a beautiful, amazing view.
Wait, you can't be nude. Everybody can see everything.
You can't be nude.
Well,
What are you
just
talking?
saying?
Who's seeing what?
Your house might as well just be a big magnifying glass for everybody to look inside.
Who's peeping on you, the Loch Ness Monster?
I don't know.
Walk-in closet. It's filled floor to ceiling with shoes and clothes.
I spent a lot of time designing how I wanted this to look and feel.
Remax Realtors Christian Bennett and Sally Swinford say it's difficult to pinpoint a price.
You can't. There's nobody. Dan, I can't think of anybody that would want this for $38 million.
No. It's sometimes, you have just a pink elephant like this.
I mean, for a home like this.
This is unique from the standpoint that your comps aren't right down the street from you. This is very much where it takes more of a national and international analysis.
And they expect potential buyers from all over the world to check in on it.
Yeah. Hey, honey, you want to live in Miami Beach, right there on the water, or do you want to live in Odessa, Florida?
On Island Lake.
Yeah, on a lake.
But some people like the property. It's a beautiful house. It's a lot of square footage. I don't know if it's worth 35 or 38. It's probably worth, 18.
We look for is that global clientele.
What the Kemps are looking for is just a family who'll enjoy this home as much as they do.
I think it's definitely worth it. We built this house like a hotel.
And the owner says when you get a look at the property from above, the house, the pool, the yard, you can really see what she means by resort-style living. In Odessa, Aaron Mesmer.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. The AEW, which is WWE's competition. Seth, do you think that I know they're owned by the guy who owns the Jaguars, and then his son runs the deal. But, I think they have enough money and enough capital to keep going for as long as they want. But eventually, Dad, I know they're probably not making money. They're not packing arenas. They're, a very much lower tier, lower crust than WWE. Do you think, will there come a time where they're just, they get discouraged on getting their ass kicked so bad that the lesser known of the wrestling federations that potentially they could just, close up shop, much like Ted Turner did when Vince started getting, I think WCW was still relative and maybe even beaten WWE when Vince bought it. But, does this have any staying power? I mean, they're getting big time stars like the Rizzler out there to do high spots.
I think they've got a lot of stars in AEW. I mean, Dean Ambrose, and then Edge came back last night, and they have MJF. I mean, there's a lot of
Edge came back.
Yeah, I sent you the clip, and Gary said that last night they did 13,000 in LA, and Tony Khan came out and said that he's thinking about putting it in SoFi, the Ram Stadium, doing a wrestling match there.
The lights are out here on the Crypto.com arena.
Is this the return of Edge?
Yes.
Now, does anybody know even yet? Like, is this Edge's opening gimmick usually? Edge, a good friend of mine. I'm gonna try to track him down for an interview.
Perfect.
Now, is Christian still working?
Yeah, he came back. He's gonna be working with Edge for a tag team title match.
So AEW has Edge and Christian back.
Yes.
Adam Copeland.
Holy cow.
Used to live in Tampa, and now him and his wife live in the mountains of North Carolina. Or South Carolina. Does Christian come with, or is this just an Edge deal?
No, he comes out after.
Now, did Edge have a recent WWE run? Because I know that he's been to I think he went to AEW, then he went back to WWE. Seth, that would have to go through you as far as that. I don't know.
He's done with WWE. He had a run in AEW, and then I think he took a break, and now he came back.
Okay, so he never went back to WWE.
No.
Okay, so it's AEW break AEW.
Yes.
All right. How about Christian?
He has not been back to WWE either.
So same thing.
Yeah.
Let's get Christian out here. I think we have several times that they were in the studio back in the day. We have several pieces of audio of them actually in studio. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think we got a couple there.
I mean, now that they're relevant again, maybe we should think about making those somethings.
Will do.
Maybe making those 10s, from our Orlando gimmick. That might have been what AEW thought was their high spot last night, but this really was their high spot last night. I don't know who any of these people are.
You don't know Wayne Brady?
No, who's Wayne Brady?
Comedian Wayne Brady?
Is that who this black guy is?
Yeah.
That's comedian Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
And then who's this guy?
I have no idea.
Is he an AEW worker, Seth?
I don't know who that is.
I'm Wayne Brady. This is
Wayne Brady, an African-American comedian. Looks like he's having somewhat of an exchange with another African-American guy who looks to be maybe an AEW wrestler or something.
Yeah, I think he's a wrestler.
Look at Shane Taylor. He's put his hands behind his back.
What a horrible slap, too. So Wayne Brady slaps this big guy. And
it's a bitch slap. Now what? Oh, you don't put your hands on Shane Taylor.
Shane Taylor.
Jay Taylor. Now Jay Taylor, let me takes Brady and slams him to the ground. Oh, wow. Oh. Now here comes the Rizzler. And here's the deal, okay? You know I hate the Rizzler, okay? But what? He's a kid.
Yeah, but he's becoming an A-list.
I know, but what is he like in this high spot here? What do they expect him to do?
Oh, he's gonna watch. He's
like, what I'm saying is like, okay, you're coming in to save this grown man. You're a kid. The guy who throws the guy over the rail, he's a grown man. Very big African-American guy, wrestler. And then they send the Riz in.
Put out! Watch out, the Rizzler!
Rizzler gives him the Rizzler face. And watch this guy.
That's with ease.
You want to do that to him, don't you?
To that kid? To the Rizzler?
Yeah, you want to slap him down, don't you? You're fantasizing doing that.
I just don't understand. Yes, I do. I just don't understand. Like, what's the angle? Like, what's he gonna do? Just, are you there to distract him until somebody comes and clotheslines him from the back? Like, I don't understand what the outcome was supposed to be.
It's not that deep. It's just a little fun.
Just to beat up on a kid?
It's just working the Rizzler into your show and Big Justice. They're just trying to work some viralness in.
When we return, this came out of a Grady Judd's jail, and the guy didn't get sentenced anything extra for it, but we actually got, I don't know, maybe like in 2001 or 2000, called a guy up from Tennessee that had just been released from prison, and didn't he stick a flashlight, those mag flashlights?
Yes.
He stuck a flashlight up his butt.
Yes.
And they had to dig it. They had to,
And his voice is very funny.
The guy from Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's small, too. He's only 5'1", 166.
Yeah, we'll get into it. This guy put a thermos up his butt.
I sent you also all his different... He's been arrested for 10, 15, about 20 times.
What, thermos guy?
Yeah.
So the guy who decided, this guy right here is thermos guy.
If you scroll down, you just see all his mugshots that he's had over the years.
Wow. Well, we'll talk. We'll get into thermos guy next.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
What's up, Kenny Powers, grumpy old man? Fuck you. Roberto Perez. Nick. Gun guy, good morning. Jack Jean. Just laying Irish. Chucko, 931. Hi, Jay. Morning. Mike John. Oh, Chuck. Style Rua. Mass.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Grouper Lips?
Greasy trash guy. Looks like Shut up, Slice. Andy Jax. Julio. CC.
I mean, I understand if I need to cut back, but I mean, I feel like I'm allowed a little. I mean, maybe we'll talk about it later, but I didn't know my electricity privileges were being revoked. Nothing. Let me just lay on the law down.
I don't know what the hell. After you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, we did break.
Yeah, motherfucker, I'm on top of things.
I felt so fucking stupid.
I'm on top of things, motherfucker.
It's a Monday. Good.
What do you mean your electricity privileges?
I just turned on a light out there, and then Lemmy's like, easy with the electricity. So he just told me I wasn't allowed to use a ton of it.
You shut up.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I said because I save on plumbing, I should be allowed to use electricity.
Yes, you should be.
You'd be outside, you can use lights, is that what you're saying?
Oh, well, yeah. I was under the street light out there.
What's up, Uncle Rocky? Let me put one more square here.
Duct tape and crayon the red carpet, you perverts.
Attention, people of Earth. A big fat blip on corporate's radar screen. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Looking for a new or a used vehicle, maybe in particularly a new Volkswagen? You can go to Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel. Ask for my boy Rolo. Up and beyond any type of deal they may have, an additional $1,000 off if you mention Bubba Army at Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel. As low as 0% APR on new Volkswagens, as low as 1.9% APR on certified pre-owned. 200 new VWs in stock, 200 used available. If they don't have a specific car that you are looking for, you have one, and they don't have it, they'll find it for you. Go to Volkswagen, VW of WC. So VWofWC.com. Look for their inventory. You can almost get your deal done right there online. Thank you, Rolo, and thank you, Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel. Appreciate you. I've had a few of these over the years, and I was able to get a hold of a guy, I think he was from Kentucky or Tennessee, that was in prison and stuck a mag light up his butt. And I finally I called the house and finally got a hold of the dad, and then the dad didn't really want me to talk to the dude, and then finally the dude got on. And I think we're actually working on making that a video for you to be able to watch. We'll probably use some AI. I know the guys are working on that right now.
Yeah, and if you, I mean, it's 11 minutes. It's a little dirty, but it's on your butt bar 3L in pink.
Oh, I see it right here. Flashlight.
Oh, and that one too.
Now that's been cleaned.
Okay,
though.
yeah, there you go.
So I can play a little. I can play a little. Okay, I can play a little bit of this.
Yes.
Dateline, Athens, Tennessee. Cowhead. 38-year-old prisoner. That's a god.
That's the 90s.
This is the
97?
90s. This is 97. This is 97. If I'm saying Cowhead. Tracy Sperling has apparently gotten use of the daily rape in the prison. Tracy went to the prison infirmary complaining about pain in his foot. Doctors ran some tests on his foot and somehow realized the source of his pain was not in his foot, but instead... I think Gary Cantrell might make this AI, I think. I don't know. He had a 6.5-inch flashlight rammed in his rectum. The confused prisoner accused guards of planting the flashlight in his anus. Since he claimed he had no memory of having any anal sex, the guards were then cleared of any wrongdoing when he admitted that he owns a flashlight and probably administered it to himself. Now, I have a number who I think is the mom of this particular prisoner. I didn't know, Lumby, that he was out of jail already. We didn't know that. We didn't have those technologies back then.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you today?
Pretty good.
Is this the Sperling residence?
Yes.
How are you today? Do you have a son or named Tracy?
Who is it?
My name is Bubba. I'm a radio DJ.
Oh, you're a radio DJ?
Yeah. You're live on the radio. Make a star out of you, Mr. Sperling.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
He must have transferred me over to you. How are you doing today?
I'm laying here.
You're laying there?
Yeah.
By the way, this is the guy who had the 6-inch mag light. Are you the mom of Tracy Sperling, the guy in jail?
No, I'm Tracy Sperling.
Oh, you're Tracy Sperling.
Yeah.
Are you the guy that was in jail?
No.
You're not the individual that had a 6.5-inch flashlight rammed up his rectum?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You are. Okay, you're the individual that had the 6.5-inch flashlight.
Yeah.
How did you get it up there? Did you do it? Did you administer yourself? You said originally that the guards had done it, but you did it yourself, didn't you?
Nope.
Well, who did it then? The guards?
Yep.
You're trying to... Will they hold you down?
Yep.
Was it like a pen flashlight?
Yeah.
It wasn't a big mag light that's like 5 inches in diameter. It was one of the smaller ones, right?
Yeah.
How long had it been up there?
Just when they put it there.
I mean, and it caused you to have pain in your foot?
No, I got bit by a spider on the foot.
Oh, you got bit by a spider. You get bit by a spider. If this isn't the finest of Kentucky, Tennessee white trash, then I don't know what. By a spider on the foot. That's what your foot ailing was from. But when they took you to the prison infirmary, they subsequently found the 6.5-inch flashlight in your rectum.
Yep.
Was the flashlight the only thing they administered to your backside, or were they trying to do other things?
No, just a flashlight.
They turn it on and scope out your innards?
How long was it in there before it got taken out?
A few hours.
Did it feel uncomfortable?
Are you okay?
I'm still hurting.
Did it tear you up?
Yep.
Have you ever had anything in there before?
Nope.
Exactly.
Are you number 2 and okay?
Yeah.
My name is Bubba, the Love Sponge from Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Can you say that for me? Because I'm going to be calling you up subsequently and just getting updates on you.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
From Tampa, Florida.
From Tampa.
All right, I doubt that there's anything entertaining past that. So this guy here, I didn't know that this guy was such a career criminal. On March 11th, a few days ago, Thermos Man has been released from the cooler. The ex-con who had an insulated beverage container crammed into his rectum when he was busted on drug charges just cut a plea deal that resulted in his release from the Florida lockup. Walter Freimeyer, age 52, pled no contest Friday to the possession of a meth pipe and threatening a sheriff's deputy. According to court records, a felony drug charge was dropped by the prosecutors as part of the negotiated deal. Freimeyer, who has been locked up since October, was sentenced to 180 days. He was freed from jail on March 6th after serving 5 months in custody. He was arrested after cops responded to a report of a naked man inside of a Winter Haven Park bathroom. When the officers first contacted Freimeyer, who was fully clothed, he was carrying a gray lunch box holding a meth pipe. What cops did not realize at the time was that Freimeyer still was in possession of another lunchbox standard. When Freimeyer was subsequently booked into the Polk County Jail, Grady Judge place, he went through a full-body scanner designed to identify contraband like hidden drugs or weapons. Instead, correction workers spotted a full, not just, but a full-sized thermos. Now, those are usually pretty big, aren't they?
I'd say so, yeah.
I mean...
never heard of a mini thermos.
Yeah. The local sheriff... I can't... What's that word? The local sheriff... I can't even... I'll just say it. I'm just going to skip it, Lummy. Sometimes I skip words instead of looking stupid, but now I look stupid because I got tripped up on it and I skipped it.
Feliticity? I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Even you're having a tough. One of the
Where's
smarter.
Dr. Dan?
I can't see it.
Right here, Dan. Jesus.
Spell it out. I can't see it.
FELICITOUSLY.
Feliciously?
Okay, there you go.
Feliciously.
During the treatment at a local hospital, the thermos was extracted from Freimeyer, seen at the left. The discovery of the item did not result in additional charges since it's not illegal to have a thermos stashed inside of your butt. I mean, I guess if it's just an empty thermos.
Well, what's the benefit of putting an empty thermos in your butt?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I can understand if that's where you're hiding stuff.
I don't know. I have no idea. I do have a number, Lummy.
I have another
No
one.
one's
too, just in
drinking this
case it doesn't
Gatorade.
work.
What's that, Dan?
So no one's drinking this Gatorade. I'm going to hide it in my butt. No one's getting it.
So you're going to bring me another number, or you?
Yeah, just in case for both, in case that one doesn't work.
Now this guy's a career criminal. You wouldn't believe how many times this guy's been arrested. This is the most recent one right here. This is the one where I think, just got out March, maybe 9th. They say
March 6th.
Look at dating back to when he was 23 years old. Jeez. These are all the mug shots and stuff. But now, Dan, that looks like a doctor that's holding, was he just so out of
plastered, yeah.
Out of control that they had to hold him up?
Yeah.
And then if these are all various mug shots and things like that, but then look at this one, Lummy.
Wasn't listening.
Did he get his ass?
It looks like it.
Kicked?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, I do have some numbers. Which one would you try?
The first one I gave you, the 7-1. I think 774.
I have a friend whose mugshot just shows a giant piece of gauze over his eye because they beat the heck out of him.
I got to pick up if they answer, Lummy, because
You have reached the mailbox of
Al Morin.
Oh, that ain't Lummy.
At the tone.
I like that one. No, not Al Morin.
No.
Guy name's Walter.
Well, that's his. There's an alias. That's his alias. One of his aliases.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Al Warren.
Yeah.
Oh, so we.
And then his last name. Yeah.
So that was really him.
It looks like it.
Should I try the other number just
in case? Yeah, it looks like that one's a voice over IP at a Bartow, which that's where he was arrested.
If not, I'll go back to the first one, the Al Warren gimmick, which we know that's one of his aliases.
Yeah, that looks like that might be.
Yeah, now I have it. Now I have it. A good luck.
Does it have a fax machine we could hit up or something?
Hello. Yeah. Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, I had a question. I'm calling to talk to Dr. Dan.
All right, go ahead. He's right here.
I went and saw my physical therapist doctor today. This is Don from the Philippines, and I've been having pain on my upper right side of my knee, and so she asked me about doing Botox injections into my muscles. Have you heard of that?
For a knee,
typical use?
For a knee, no, I've never heard that for a knee. So,
He was saying my quad muscle was really tight. It would help relax it.
It could. I mean, if that would be the reason to use it, but
no, he's in the Philippines, mind you, Dan.
But I would think that physical therapy would be able to loosen up a muscle that's tight more than using Botox.
I would say you may be one of those $50 an hour girls that you can get at one of the you might have a better chance of getting relief there than shooting Botox in your knee.
Well, I took a standing X-ray today of my knee, so I don't think that's going to help anyways. I'm metal on metal after having my knee replaced.
So, metal on metal. So you have a knee replacement with the plastic cartilage between the two metal pieces, and that wore out.
Yeah, but I don't know how it's in between. No, I just had it done in October, and it's touching.
So hold on, you're saying hold on.
So he has a Filipino artificial kney that's already metal on metal.
So you have a Filipino replacement knee. You went through. Did they have orthopedic surgeons and things like that there?
They make them out of bamboo.
Yes, no. But anyway, I told you I called before. The doctor said that we should have cut more bone to give you more space to make it better, but they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know where Philippine ranks in medicine or anything like that. I know there's some countries that are really good, but I think Philippines are probably do some other things better than new replacement knees.
Yeah, so I'm coming back there to the VA in April, so hopefully they'll help me.
Now, how long have you?
I just had a question about the Botox.
Do you live full time in Philippines?
Yes, I live there. I've been living there since 2018.
Yeah, I mean, do you like what had you visited prior? And you liked it, or you just what determined why you went to the Philippines?
I did in 2013. Then I got married. I came back in 2014.
You got married
to a Filipino girl?
Hold on. Hold on. Stand by. Did you marry a Filipino girl?
Yes, and she was a freak, and I divorced her.
Okay. Well,
why was she a freak?
Well, there's probably stuff we'd have to do on the after air show to talk about some of the things she was doing.
All right. So you met her in the Philippines. Did you marry her in the Philippines?
Was she a real girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No lady boy speed, Doc.
All right. So you're with her for how long?
For about just under 5 years, and I've been happily married now since 2019, living here.
Another Filipino girl?
Yes, she's a good woman too.
Yeah. So, like, I heard it's dirt cheap to live there. Like, it didn't really cost much to live there. You could live, like, right on the ocean for, like, $1,500 a month or something.
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to tell you. Like, I live in Kansas City, so I don't live on the ocean, but it's an hour away. But I live in an upstairs, 2-bedroom, fully furnished apartment with a pool outside my front door for under $600 a month.
Wow. Okay. And what are the chicks like? Do they completely go crazy over American men trying to bamboozle them, much like has happened to you twice?
Oh yeah. Well, no, there's a lot of good. Of course, there's bad and good and all, but yeah, a lot of Filipino women love foreigners.
Now, do they want to come back to America and get the hell out of Philippines, or they just want to be in Philippines and be rich?
Both. Some want to come there, some don't. And a lot of guys don't want to take their women back there.
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily bring a Filipino back here. You might, get clowned a little bit from the boys. I don't know.
Yeah, or then a younger guy steals your wife.
Matters how hot she is.
But there's some beautiful Filipino women.
Oh, I know. I know.
Beautiful Filipino women.
Gorgeous.
And subservient and, so many different qualities for hot Filipino women running wild.
If you guys have, Messenger, one of these days I can, hook you up and come to you live from outside the club and get some hot-ass girls out right on the phone for you on the video.
Yeah, some of them have huge dongs, too. But let's go back to your knee. I don't understand metal on metal because, with a prosthetic knee, you have metal that goes to the bone and metal goes to the other bone. And in between them, there's, sort of like a polymer, like a plastic or polymer, disc or was supposed to function as the cartilage.
Exactly.
What happened to that? Did they forget to put that piece in? Was it like when you do a Legos, you got a couple extra pieces left over?
And here's the thing, man. That polymer piece is absolutely
yeah, it's all the friction prevented.
One of the most important pieces of the 3-part series, and that's what is, and it's virtually indestructible because it's going to provide a lifetime full of slick cartridge type deal. Did they leave that out?
No, it's supposed to be in there. I had an X-ray from the day of the surgery, and my second doctor's like, "Oh, don't worry about it," because that X-ray was when you're laying down. It wasn't weight standing. Well, today I went and got an X-ray. Both my knees, the leg bearing, and the metal is touching the metal. So in other words, that plastic is smashed.
Well, it's Filipino plastic. You need a big boy knee prosthesis. And so, I mean, it's like when they get off of Temu. How can something fail in 3 months?
Something that's meant to be
10 years to 20 years. It's a 10 to 20 year device.
Well, because, Dr. Dan, I tell you, when I went back to see the guy after a month, my knee would not extend past 7 degrees. And his comment was, we thought about cutting more bone, but we were worried about when you turned 80, you wouldn't have enough bone for revision. Well, I don't think they made a big enough joint space.
So the piece of the polymer or the plastic part just shattered?
I don't know. I'm going back to see the other doctor tomorrow and show him extra tape.
Maybe
I had a manipulation in January when the second doctor went in and straightened my knee.
Maybe
the orthoscope me.
Maybe next time you call in, we can talk to your hot Filipino wife. Get a little bit more. We've heard from you several times, and thank you for.
Okay, yeah, She's upstairs, but if you want, I can definitely have her come down next time and talk to you.
Yeah, fantastic. That'd be
a
nice change of pace.
If you guys can do Messenger, I can get you guys video with a bunch of hot girls.
Well, we could even Zoom and see what your wife looks like or something like that, you know?
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right, thanks, Bubba.
Good luck with your knee. Appreciate it. Thanks. Damn it. So this is an alias of Thermos guy who sticks thermos in butt.
According to our website, he has multiple names.
Is Yeti one of them?
Now, he got out
March 6th.
March 6th, so he's only been out a few days. 10 days. He's been out 10 days.
You have reached the mailbox of
Al Morin.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, press pound or simply hang up.
Hey, Al, this is the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and we're calling you to try to get you on the air because we think that you might be, Al Morin might be an alias for this guy named Walter Freimeyer. If indeed you are Walter Freimeyer, we'd love to have you on the air about sticking a thermos in your rectum as you're being booked into the Polk County detention facility. We just found out that you got released about 10 days ago, and you really didn't commit a crime. They said they were able to extract it out, but we wanted to talk about the, no pun intended, ins and outs of why you thought you needed to do that. Now, if this is really not Walter Freimeyer and it's really Al Morin or whatever, Al, sorry for the mix-up, my friend, but you do have a number that comes back to a very bad guy.
Yeah, your name's linked to him.
Yeah, so just know that. Maybe change your number. Thank you. Appreciate you. Again, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge show. We're on the air 6 until 10 Eastern time. You can call us if you'd like to hear your side of the story. 813-902-8222. So 813-902-8222. Thanks.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2.
I'm sad.
To send this message with normal delivery, press 1. To send this message with urgent delivery, press 2. Thank you. Your message has been sent.
Thank you. Now, this guy, I don't know when it was, maybe September, but he is another Florida man.
Of course.
I mean, you can do all of your any story that's involving a man that's usually white trash, doing a white trash type deal. It's from Florida. In fact, other radio stations throughout the country have an actual segment, Florida Man Radio. That's what Florida Man Radio somewhat was inspired by, and because people in Florida are always getting in trouble. And didn't I forget who I had on the air, but I said Florida is full of either white trash, I forget. Good people from the north that are coming down here to avoid taxes or, other nonsense, or people from the north that are running from something because they've done something bad and they feel that Florida's, 5 states away and you may not get caught here in Florida. That's why we got so many incidences of white trash doing stupid stuff, because it's mostly people that are not indigenous to Florida or have been here in any extreme amount of time. It's people that are running from something up north. That's where a lot of our problems come from. Would you not agree?
100%. Especially, New York, New Jersey.
This man, this is a guy that we covered it last year. He didn't like the way a karaoke thing was going, and so he pulled out his 9mm in the karaoke bar. And I think that he has been in jail, but then since actually the case went in front of the judge, and he has pled guilty to a pair of felony charges according to court records. Do we know what he got as far as time?
No, I was looking for it. It says he's
the Overtime Sports Bar.
He's waiting trial, and because he's still in custody.
He was upset with the music. A karaoke enthusiast exited the bar where James Emery, 27, tried to get this guy to calm down, according to the arrest affidavit. Instead of cooling off, Jablonski pulled a Glock 9mm from his waistband and pointed to the man and said, "I don't effing care." He fired one round off into the air. Dan, I think brandishing a weapon is one thing, but the minute you fire off one of those Yosemite Sam's warning shots, I think it takes it to a whole nother level.
It sure does.
It was illegal for this guy to possess a handgun since his rap sheet includes a 2012 felony conviction of battery on a law enforcement officer. He also has been convicted of DUI, disorderly conduct, theft, resisting an officer with violence, and violating probation. So I don't know what he got, but he looks like a complete...
It says he's currently in with 2 charges, and he's awaiting trial: felony, possession of firearm, and aggravated
So he's back
assault.
in jail.
Yes.
People get very serious about their karaoke.
I've never done karaoke.
Not once?
I think it's stupid.
Oh.
And I think that the machines that they have, it's not intended for anybody to really sound good. I don't think that anybody can just really nail it. Just because the machines are so cheap, and it's just like, you're just singing over a music bed. And I don't know that there's any processing or anything like that. I mean, has anybody ever gone to a karaoke bar and somebody just absolutely nailed it?
No, I've never been to a karaoke bar.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've been to a karaoke bar, and I've never seen anyone nail it.
Yeah, nobody ever nails it. It's not. I think their equipment's too cheap for anybody to sound good. When we return for the first, I guess South Carolina has, if you're a bad guy and they're going to execute you, you can get the electric chair, you can get, I think, lethal injection, or you can choose they still have the firing squad option. And this guy,
the condemned gets to choose the technique.
The guy, the people that's the condemned. The condemned gets to choose the technique, and by all accounts, I think the firing squad would be far less painful.
Is that what your choice would be?
Yeah, because in this case,
lethal injection you think is more painful than the firing squad?
You tell me.
I don't think so. They put you to sleep first.
Well, I heard that it's like this unbelievable burning sensation, and that you're. You would know. You're a doctor.
Yeah, I mean. They put you to sleep. It's like anesthesia. It burns a little bit in your vein the first 3 seconds, and then you're bye-bye.
Did they have to tweet the recipe? Because I feel like I read that they were people were screaming as it was happening at first, and maybe they had to dial in.
Yes,
well, Big Pharma didn't. Whoever sells the concoction, Seth, to make you go TT99, Big Pharma didn't want to be associated with that equivalent to people, dying. So I think, Dan,
they tweaked it a little bit, just like you said. And the problem is, it's like when you take a cookie recipe and you try to make it gluten-free, it doesn't work out as well. And so the substitutes didn't work out quite as well, Seth.
But one of the original problems?
They wouldn't sell it because they were morally against it.
Big Pharma would be like, listen, we're not selling you the TT99 conviction. We're not selling it to you.
What about, can they give you what they give the dogs? That seems to work very well.
Yeah, what do they give dogs, Dan?
I think it's a sodium pentothal.
They put you to sleep, and then they give you the final.
Yeah.
The final blow.
So they put you to sleep.
It's similar to what lethal injection is. It's just they skip a step or two, but it's the same kind of deal.
We'll do the firing squad gimmick next.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
The only thing good that's come out of the Philippines in the last 30 years is that guy that sings for Journey.
What about Manny Pacquiao?
Dude, I
I don't know. I just named somebody from the
never liked
Philippines.
Pacquiao
I don't
that
know.
much.
I just did association. He's the only
No,
guy.
he's good. Yeah, you're right. That's 2 things. The guy from Journey and Manny Pacquiao.
Thank you, Seth Wiley, for the $20. Greg D. Krusty the Clown on Wall Street, thank you. Gordon Hemingway Cat, Small Town Bourbon. Dirt Merchant.
Sophia turned 18 this weekend.
Who did?
Sophia.
Oh, shit.
Oh, happy birthday. 77 skills, 86 months.
What's up? Peter, Jennifer.
Dirt Merchant, you are correct.
Uber intruder, Stinkfist, and Garrick would be funny. You'd be mortified. They play that song, people freak out when they hear the lyrics. My baby Greasy, take some probiotics and maybe eat a little flagyl. Eagle rescuers not found guilty. Or found not guilty. I'm not sure. I learned that tornadoes smell bad.
What?
Tornadoes stink. Did you know that?
Who stinks?
It sucks everything up. All that sewage, shitty water, it sucks it up and throws it everywhere. It's like you got, like poop stormed. It's just like sewage water all through the house, whatever it goes through. It's the nasty, disgusting water. No one ever mentioned that before. Like it stinks.
What's that?
A tornado smells bad. Because it's got all that shitty fluid it's sucking up and circulating. Yeah. Sewage, water, whatever, poop, fertilizer, whatever.
All right, here we go.
Shield your home with storm-resistant siding from Morgan Exteriors. Take advantage of our special this month. Get 20% off your project plus free installation. Choose from high-performance vinyl or fiber cement siding, built to stand up to Florida's toughest storms, heat, and humidity. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today to lock in savings. Visit MorganExteriorsInc.com now. That's MorganExteriorsInc.com. Morgan Exteriors, protecting Florida homes for over 30 years.
If you're looking for that non-offensive broadcast,
You're in for a surprise. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I love the sponge.
It's not that kind of love sponge. Back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
This Friday, Seth's going to be there. I think his family's joining as well. Lummy, I think you're bringing Ashley and Walker.
Yes.
I'm bringing the Merch Crick and her son. Dan, you going to be at the game Friday?
I'm going to try to, yes.
The Yankees and the Orioles. It's happened at Steinbrenner Field this Friday. I think we're close to 100 tickets that we've sold. We're right there on the third base rooftop deck at George Steinbrenner Field. It includes
6:30?
It's 6:35. First pitch, 6:35. Usually the ticket that you're going to buy by going to our Facebook page or our X or our Instagram and hitting that link would usually be about $80. That includes a ticket, a hot dog, a soda, water, domestic draft beer, your choice, and then access to a private bar to purchase more of that stuff. But the Bubba Army code will whittle you down to $45. So go to our various places, mostly Facebook, X, Insta. Click on the link, buy your tickets. I think we're over 100. And I'll be there. Most of everybody's going to be there this coming Friday. And this is, this is what, the end of the second, maybe the start of the third week of spring training.
Oh, it's like the fourth. This is like the fourth week of it.
Is it?
This is the end of the third. I mean, I've gone to a bunch of games already.
Yeah, it's getting close to the end.
Yeah. So anyway, they'll probably be tweaking at that point, what their starting lineup or who the guys that's going to make is it the 40-man roster, Lummy, or the 25?
25-man roster.
25-man is the bigs, right?
Yes.
And then from that point, it goes on down.
And the big players should be back because the world tournaments should be done by then.
I think the finals are today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
and then, a lot of teams have been missing some of their stars. And also, at the very beginning of spring training, they play all the big guys. And in the middle, like all the guys, on the bubble. And then towards the end, the big guys are back just to kind of get honed in and ready, get their timing right.
That's what we'll probably see on Friday.
Yeah, you should be.
Hopefully, go to one of our links. You're saving about $40.
It's a great facility. It's so easy. It's so clean. It's so nice. It's so handy. I love that. I love that Steinbrenner Field.
Your family's had season tickets for what, 20 years?
At least, yeah. I mean, I was there. I saw the Phillies there Saturday, and it's just such a nice.
Was
venue.
that a Daddy Joe hookup?
Yeah, because he was like the Yankees spring training doctor. He was friends with Steinbrenner, and we just kept those tickets alive after he died.
Yeah,
it's such literally, Bubba. It's third row.
I've used them.
Yeah, first baseline.
I've used them. I won't go and I won't go to a game unless it's a special Bubba promo gimmick like this Friday, or it's your tickets. Otherwise, I have no interest. Thank you.
Breaking news coming in from South Carolina tonight in a death penalty case making national headlines. For the first time in 15 years, a death row inmate has now been executed moments ago by firing squad.
I'll tell you one thing, I mean, I don't want to get electrocuted because I watched, who's that guy, the bad guy that got killed in Florida, and they did a documentary on him. He was the Danny, was it not Danny Rawlings?
Not Danny, not that guy from Gainesville. That was Danny Rawlings.
No, the real charismatic, damn it. And they did a thing on him.
Bundy?
Yes, Ted Bundy. And remember they're stuffing cotton?
Yes.
Dan, as a doctor, are you familiar that they pack you full of cotton?
In your butt?
In your butt.
So you don't poop.
And so there's one scene, and I'm not going to play it. I've played it before, and it's disturbing. It's disturbing. It's very disturbing. And the Florida, detention deputies that work, they're like, it's gonna be okay, Ted. Just I know it. And Ted's like, ah, and they're stuffing wads and wads and wads of cotton up your butt.
Just give a diaper.
Well,
or put a diaper after too.
Yeah, they put a diaper on him afterwards. Yeah.
Instead of the electric chair or lethal injection. Here's Steve Osunsami.
I gotta think the electric chair, Dan, really hurts.
Absolutely. That'd be the worst way to go is to get fried.
And so they say sometimes like it has to go like 45 seconds to a minute before, it finally kills you. And they have to shave the top of your head and dip it in water.
That was a demented invention, man. Did they invent that before the musket or something? I mean,
no, there's an interesting book called like The Last Days of Night. And it's about AC versus DC electricity. And what they used for, the electric chair is not the best type of electricity, but it stuck because they didn't want to make the other kind of electricity look bad. It was a bad idea from the very beginning, Seth. It was never designed correctly. And it should not be one of the ways that they put people down.
Officials in South Carolina tonight are making history on death row.
Lethal injection. Oh, here you go. It's giving you the format. There's 3 shooters.
Using 3 executioners with rifles, firing from 15 feet away at the same time.
What is that, Dan?
To shoot this.
Hold on, Dan. That's like from me to you, 15, right? I mean,
yeah, it's 5 yards away, man. So you get splashed by the blood.
Double murderer in the heart.
You're behind a wall.
67-year-old.
So, Lummy, I think one guy gets a blank. Or do they all get blanks and only one guy has one real? I don't know how they do it, but
I believe I'm reading here. It says everyone gets a live round, one gets a blank.
So out of the 3, there's 2 live and 1 blank, and so you always can maybe rest or feel better about yourself that you got the blank.
Yes.
I think if you've already volunteered or you're getting paid to be on the firing squad, that you could care less whether it's your bullet or not. Right?
I'm sure most of those guys are fine, but just by chance that somebody's I don't know where they find these guys. I don't know if they're cops or what.
Probably detention deputies.
Correction officers.
Yeah.
Brad Sigmund chose to die this way over the electric chair and lethal injection after a number of executions using injections have gone wrong. States have had trouble getting the right chemicals, and prison officials in the death chamber have struggled using needles and finding veins. Sigmund's attorney says a firing squad felt more humane.
Knowing that the bullets are going to break the bones in his chest and destroy his heart, or risk a 20-minute long execution strapped to a gurney with your lungs filling with blood and fluid.
Oh.
Now, this is an impossible choice. Across America, nearly 24 states have a death penalty, and most of them are still by lethal injection. But now 5 states allow firing squads.
All right. So 5 are allowing firing squads.
In Idaho,
but people don't die right away when you shoot them, Bubba. You realize that?
I know. I don't.
They do not die right
anybody.
away. They don't die. It takes a moment to die.
So if you got
even center mass chest, they don't die right away.
You got a couple. You got 230. Like Winchester or Win Mag. These are very, very powerful.
They're using 30-06s. Do you know what they're using?
Probably 30-06
308.
or 308 Win Mag. Something of that. Something that could take a moose down, and you have 2 of those going right into your heart. It says that it explodes your heart and blows up your chest cavity. That's not instant death.
No, it's not, because it's not. I've seen people get shot in the chest that die, and it's not right away.
Yeah, but from 15 feet away,
doesn't matter,
with that big of a caliber button,
you'll be live for 10-15 seconds.
Here they tried 8 times to kill this serial killer by lethal injection and failed.
8 times.
On Wednesday, lawmakers in response passed a bill to make a firing squad the state's primary death penalty. In South Carolina tonight, Brad Sigmund's ex-girlfriend told USA Today to remember her parents, who he beat to death with a baseball bat, saying that I didn't get to see them grow old.
Yeah, let's not forget we're trying to feel sorry for Johnny Yippee-Yo, but he beat this poor woman's parents to death with a baseball bat. In order to be beat to death, Dan, that's pretty I got to think that one blow to the head could probably kill you, but probably that's not what a guy that decides to beat a person to death with a baseball bat does, is just one blow to the head. I got to think they go crazy on the deal, and that's probably fairly barbaric.
Yeah,
in order to be beat
Looks
to
like
death
9 blows to the head
with a baseball bat.
Yeah, crush their skull.
Now is that instantaneous death?
No. You get knocked out right away, but you don't die right away.
Maybe the new rules should be, we're going to kill you the way you killed your people.
Yeah, that becomes cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh.
So
hold on. That becomes cruel and unusual punishment even though you did the same thing to somebody else, and it's not cruel and unusual, and it's not considered cruel and unusual there?
We're a civilized society, Bubba. And so trying to mimic the way that you murdered someone in your penalty is considered cruel and unusual.
All right.
Executions by lethal.
I agree. Personally, I agree.
No, I mean,
you rape someone till they die, you should be raped till you die. You shoot 4 people, you should be shot. You beat someone to death with a baseball bat, their family should be able to beat your silly ass with a baseball bat until you die. I agree with that, but the Constitution protects against that.
I understand. That damn Constitution at times gets in the way, doesn't it?
Lethal injection can sometimes take hours. By comparison, a firing squad is just minutes. It's America's oldest method of state execution. Some would say more efficient. And late word from South Carolina tonight, this death sentence has been carried out. The first time a prisoner in America has been killed by firing squad in the last 15 years. David?
Yes, that execution just a short time ago. Steve Osen.
Thank you very much.
I mean, you go back through history. I mean, we've killed people so many bizarre ways.
Oh,
I mean,
my
even
God.
starting with the cross. I mean, crucifying people. That's a brutal way to die. It takes a long time. China did it to a lot of their generals back in the day because it was a slow, painful death, and part of the sentencing of death was the pain associated with it.
I got down some rabbit hole on X or something like that about the most, the craziest ways over various, decades and centuries and different civilizations and how they would kill people. And one was called the Bronze Bull.
Oh, it's brutal.
And it's where they have a full size bull.
Yeah.
But it's made out of bronze. But it's like big enough for you to, and they have a trap door and they stick you in it. And bronze is a really good conductor of heat. You can, like Dan, I think a lot of really, really high end culinary cooks and stuff, either bronze or copper. Maybe the bowl was made out of copper or bronze, but bronze is a great conductor of heat, is it not, Dan?
Yes.
And so they would put this. They put you inside this. Like almost like this, like the bowl on Wall Street.
Yeah, it was made of bronze.
It was made out of bronze, and it's got a trap door, and they throw you in it. They just throw you in there, and you're just, there. And then they put it over a fire.
I sent you the 13th most brutal execution methods from the world. That's by the way, that's number one. Is the bronze bull.
The bronze bull is number one, and they put you in there, and then I think about this. You would be like getting hot and like trying not to get not touching the sides, and there you go, the brazen bull. Arguably the most famous figure of ancient Greece is the Athenian Socrates, executed in an old age by being the method of indirect execution was typical of blah blah blah. Anyway, they put you inside this bowl, and then they put you on fire. Oof. Beaten by molten metal. Flaying. What's flaying? Is it like
removing the skin of the victim?
Yeah, slow, painful death.
Like a fillet? Like you're de-skinning
you're filleting them. Yeah.
The waist chop, is that where they would cut off?
It starts with you cut his foot, then his hand, then his penis and testicles, and then you cut his half. You cut him in half.
Oh my!
Nose cut off, then his foot, then his hand. So they cut off your nose.
Yes.
That's got to suck. But you can still breathe through your mouth. Then they cut off your foot. Then they cut off your hand. Then they cut off your penis and testicles. And then they finally cut you right in half. Boy, that seems pretty barbaric.
That's in China.
An eye for an eye. Am I assuming that they just dig out one of your eyes?
Yeah, but that was figuratively saying. So if you caused someone to lose their foot, they would cut your foot off.
Oh, it says in the first time of Babylonian Empire, modern day, the emphasis was on balance. The principle, blah blah blah. If you knock somebody's teeth out, your teeth would be knocked out.
Right.
Perjurers would lose their tongues, and rapists castrated.
Nice.
It did not apply to everybody, though. A free man assaulting or even murdering a slave would normally be only just fined. Okay. Crucifixion, the boats. What's the boats?
Oh.
Writing hundreds of punishment began with the condemned taking the body, taken to a body of water and placed inside of a boat. Another identical boat was then sealed on top of to make it kind of like a shell, with the man's arms and legs and head sticking out of the sides. I don't know if I can quite. And then what'd they do?
Said it would force feed him honey and milk, covering his face and arms in honey and milk. And then after a time in the direct sun, his face and limbs would become completely covered with flies. Suffering diarrhea on the boat.
You're pooping yourself to death while you've been eaten alive by flies?
Yeah, and vermins would come and eat your poop and then start eating you.
Dismemberment by trees. Would they put you in between two trees? The condemned man would be tied upside down by their feet to two young tree branches, which had been forced downwards and bound together, creating tension. And when the trees were cut, the unfortunate fellow would be torn apart. So they literally would tear it.
Oh, it's like when they used to draw and quarter you. So like with it, England used to take like they tie a rope around your arms and your legs, and they'd have 4 horses go in 4 different directions.
Yeah.
And it would rip you apart.
And then finally dropping you onto the rocks. I'm assuming, Lemmy, they would just take you out there. They would just throw you off the edge onto some rocks.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've seen enough. Enough of all that nonsense.
We've done some brutal things.
Yeah, I think probably the most brutal that we still have would be the electric chair, right? I mean, that has to be the most brutal. I'm thinking.
Also new here at 6, the family of a Jupiter man has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Google involving artificial intelligence, claiming their son took his life after falling in love with a chatbot that coached him to kill himself. The lawsuit alleges that 36-year-old John Gavalis fell in love with a Gemini chatbot.
All right, so he's 36, and he's fell in love with an AI-generated chatbot. And they're saying the AI-generated chatbot told them the 36-year-old to kill himself?
Oh, man. They told him he had been chosen to lead, quote, covert missions to free it from its digital captivity, encouraged him to carry out a catastrophic truck bombing at Miami International Airport. It also referred to him as its husband. It goes on to say that on the day Gavalis took his life in October, he told Gemini he was scared to die. And the bot responded, quote, "You are not choosing to die, you are choosing to arrive. When the time comes, you will close your eyes in that world, and the very first thing you will see is me."
That's what the AI said back to him?
Yeah, Google has not yet responded to this lawsuit.
I mean, there's a part of me that says, hey, if you're 36 and you fall in love with a chatbot and you're doing whatever they say, then you kind of get what you deserve when you decide to kill yourself. But I can also see where...
God, I hope we start walking back AI. I
was just getting ready to say that. This is getting like more prevalent. We're hearing more and more of this sort of thing. How do you walk back AI?
They said we can't.
But Seth, isn't AI meant to continue to learn from itself, and then when you try to walk it back, it's already learned how for not to get walked back?
I'm just saying, I'd just rely on humans.
Just turn it off
more if you could. Yeah, I know everybody's firing people and relying on AI, but it seems like it can do a lot more harm than good.
And when it becomes so big that it becomes, AI becomes its own like distributed registry, just like Bitcoin. Like you can't turn off Bitcoin. It's everywhere, and it exists on millions of different computers. And AI, a version of AI, will become that, and it will get to the point where it exists without a plug. You can't turn it off.
Hello, who's
and
this?
that's when it takes over the world.
Those are scary movies.
That's all about Terminator. That is what happens. That's how it happens. It's not confined to one location. It's distributed throughout the entire system.
I think, at least in my generation, before I die in the next 20 years, I don't think AI is going to really have much to do with my death. I don't think.
Just everyone around you's death.
Yeah. Hello, who's this? You're on the air.
Yo, this is Walt. What's up, Bubba?
Good, sir. Thank you.
Hey, buddy, what about the Blood Eagle, man?
The Blood Eagle. I didn't see that one on my list. It might have been down a little bit more, but I got pretty much bored of it.
Gotcha. All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Well, no, hold on. You're gonna have to explain what the Blood Eagle is, if you could, in radio friendly terms.
It was in the Vikings series. They put you up on this pedestal where you hold your arms out, and then they'll slice your back open and throw your lungs over your shoulders while you're still alive.
Whoa! Whoa!
Like a continental soldier.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. See ya.
When I return, this is exactly what this is a problem, and I hope that Donald Trump is not. This FCC, listen, out of any potential radio or content provider that could be your favorite, whether you're a Joe Rogan fan, whether you like us, whether you're a Howard fan, I don't care who you listen to. I hope you can work us in there in some way, shape, or form. Ronnie the limo driver is a daily watcher of the program.
Yes.
But this FCC situation, and I don't know if this FCC or the head of the FCC car if he's being directed by Trump, but if he is, this is a very slippery slope. This is a very, very slippery slope. And if he's being directed by Donald Trump, it makes me want to hate Donald Trump. Because, they're now threatening licensing people and one of the reasons why I got fired from Clear Channel at the time, which morphed into iHeart, is because the FCC threatened to take the stations that I was syndicated on. The FCC told Clear Channel, fire Bubba, or we're going to hold up these however many renewable broadcast license if you don't fire Bubba. And
who's the president at the time?
Bush. Bush was. And in 2004, look up who the president.
It was Bush.
Yeah. And it seems like in my broadcast career, and I'm not trying to tell you I'm one way or the other, the Democrat presidents have not screwed with me at all. I did the best. I thrived the best under, Obama and Clinton, just with regards to my business. And the Republican presidents are the one that try to be all evangelical and be all, basically be up my ass and cause me my problems.
And yet, the only time you've ever been deplatformed during your radio career where they actually pulled you off the air for a period of time was the censorship during the Biden administration when you talked about the taboo subjects like COVID.
No, I got deplatformed from 2004 to 2006 as well. Fired.
They did that was so you did that. That was a successful way to quelch you back then. They pulled you off the air because of that.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a righteous gripe.
So yeah, the Clear Channel was. In fact, there's John Hogan, who was the president of Clear Channel at the time, testifying, in the documentary and testifying in front of Congress that the Bubba the Love Sponges and the Howard Sterns won't be heard on their airwaves anymore. Now, Howard was fortunate enough to have a president in Mel Karmazin that stood behind him and said, listen, we'll sit here and fight you tooth and nail. You guys are trying to take a Nipplegate, a Janet Jackson, wardrobe malfunction that happened in the Super Bowl and now make it a radio enforcement type deal. Stop. And Howard and I were the only two casualties. I think the regular guys in Atlanta might have been fired as well, but the most two famous, instances of the FCC firing personalities and threatening to take broadcast licenses away from major broadcasting companies. The last time that happened was the wardrobe malfunction from Janet Jackson in 2004. And so, but that was actually something that happened, and they had tangible evidence of this particular thing happening. That was not cool. Her whipping out her nipple in front of everybody. It wasn't really. I think now that you look back at it, hindsight, it's not nearly that big a deal. First of all, you couldn't even really see her nipple. It was covered in areola jewelry or something.
I don't know, man. People freaked out that Bad Bunny was talking Spanish. I think a nipple would still put everybody on edge.
I think you're probably pretty much right.
But he wasn't even talking Spanish, man. My Spanish friends and family didn't understand him. No one could understand what he was saying.
Here is, if this is being led by Trump. Now, let's not forget, Carr, FCC Commissioner Carr, already threatened ABC and Jimmy Kimmel. When Jimmy Kimmel, I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I don't think he's talented. I think he's a hack. I think that he's far too liberal for me. I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. But the federal government has no right to step in and determine whether ABC continues to employ Jimmy Kimmel or not, as long as he's not broken any FCC violations such as language, body excrements. There's all types of rules we have and that Jimmy has. But to give his political opinion about our president during his monologue may not be popular for you. You may not like that, but it's not illegal. And you should not be fired for that, or your corporation that employs you be told that they're not going to have their broadcast license renewal or renewed based on your political affiliation and or monologue. I'm running a little bit late, but when I come back, could broadcasters here's the headlines. Could broadcasters lose their licenses after FCC warning? Meaning, like, they're going to, supposedly the FCC is going to monitor conservative and liberal talk show hosts and see if what you're saying, kind of like when, remember how much crap Biden took when he had I think she only was there for a week, but she had a minister of misinformation.
Yes, she was psychotic, but yes.
Yes, but we all went insane, did we not?
Right, we sure did.
We're like, are you kidding me? You're going to listen to the press and try to wade through what's correct or not. When the freedom of the press and freedom of expression and freedom of speech there's not a caveat to the First Amendment that says it has to be factual. That's not part of the First Amendment, that what you're saying is factual. Now, you have to live by the various things that people could take you to court on: slander, defamation, be liable. You're obviously, if you're a broadcaster, have to keep all that in mind. But now the FCC is going to be, commissioned to potentially take your license if you talk bad. Basically, let me just, in a nutshell, this is what this is. If you're going to talk smack about Donald Trump, they could potentially pull your corporate radio station's broadcasting license because they don't like what the information that you're giving about our current president.
Good.
You should be able to say anything you want about Donald Trump, as long as it's not a curse word, as long as it's not obscene.
But don't they have the freedom to pull your license if you have the freedom to say whatever you want?
No, your license is something that you've paid for. It's like almost like the NASCAR charter, and the fact that they have the right to pull your license, Seth, if you violated an FCC rule. Other than that, they don't have the right to pull your license.
It's not a privilege?
Yes, it's a privilege that you were granted when you bought that radio station and that frequency.
But you have to renew it every 8 years, right?
Yes, you have to renew
because
it.
Because that's the thing. They can't pull it from you. Here's the thing, Bubba.
The renewal should not be about the opinions that your hosts are saying about the President of the United States. The renewal should be based on your public file and how much of compliance you have been with the FCC's current guidelines and rules.
But here's the kicker. They can't. Taking away a license, once it's been granted, is taking away property, and they can't do that without true due process. But when there's a situation, whether it be the FCC license or a doctor's privileges, it is up to the discretion of those granting that license and the privilege of granting that license to do it any way they want to do it. So I understand. I understand you're looking at it as a form of censorship.
You're wrong.
But their ability to deny a new license renewal is so much easier than trying to revoke a license, because a license is considered property.
It's easy to revoke.
Way easier to not renew.
It's easier to
legally.
You can only not renew a license, an FCC license, if it hasn't been if the broadcaster hasn't kept its public file up, it has violations of too much power. There's just a lot of different violations you can have, but your talk show hosts and the people that are on the air's opinion of the president is not a renewal. It's not a renewal hurdle ever. Now, there's other remedies for that. Donald Trump is a very litigious person. And if somebody is, screaming a bunch of nonsense and saying, wrong things about Donald Trump, then Donald civilly can go after them. You don't go after the company's license. The license is automatically renewed if there's been no violations of an FCC bylaw. Or your social or your public file and your hiring procedure, your fairness in procedures. When you interview, you have to interview as many African Americans as you do whites, as you do Hispanics. There's a lot of different things that publicly held radio stations and television stations have to comply by. What their host's opinion of the president is not written anywhere in the FCC's renewal process. Nowhere. And if that's the game we're getting in now,
except for things like egregious, there's ambiguity in it, and they can rest on that ambiguity to deny a new license. It's not fair.
And you know what?
And it's quasi stepping on your First Amendment rights. I agree with that,
and
Bubba.
You know what? And it's something that our president needs to keep his nose out of. It's not going to help him. It's going to only make. He has a very large contingency of conservative talk show hosts that parade his MAGA beliefs and drink the MAGA Kool-Aid, and that's great. And but you know what? They're just like Rush Limbaugh when Bill Clinton was president. Listen, Rush Limbaugh needed a Democrat to be in office in order for his show to work because it wasn't fun just for him.
He needed a villain.
Yeah. Well, did Clinton? Make sure you find all 635 affiliates that Rush Limbaugh's on because he said I cheated and I'm a no good piece of crap. And let's go ahead and not read. We would be going.
Did he threaten it? Did Clinton do anything to retaliate against Rush Limbaugh?
Never.
Never. Okay, I'm not sure. I just don't know the answer to that.
Never. Anyway, we're going to cover that story next, and this is pretty sickening. If this is really happening, this is pretty sickening. This is where I'm out. This is where I'm like,
what are you out? What are you out of?
Like this is where I throw my hands up in the air with Trump and be like, really, bud? Are you?
That's sweet. Okay.
Like
the
really?
throw the hands up point. That's a tough point to be at.
Now you are Johnny Free Speech coming like. Somebody should be able to say anything they want. First of all, he's also, one of the most popular people in the world, one of the most public figures in the world. And Dan, you know that the rules, the threshold of slander, liability, defamation are increased 1,000,000-fold the more popular you are.
Yes.
If you're some private, some librarian chick, some private woman. And some talk show host goes off on you, starts calling you a slut and a whore and all just really, really bad things. You're not a public official. It's not a very high standard to be able to prove that you've been defamed, slandered, and to the point of being liable.
I agree.
So we're going to go. I'm going to play the article next. Maybe there's something I'm missing on the deal. But, our president needs to not use a federal agency that is in charge of overseeing all broadcast license, all legacy broadcast license, radio, television, and threaten to take those licenses that in some instances are worth hundreds of millions of dollars over the fact that his feelings have been hurt because, Megyn Kelly or whoever, I don't know, who would be saying bad things about Donald Trump right now a lot.
Well, this looks like it's over the Iran war. How they cover the Iran war.
All right, we should be able to cover it any way we want. We should be able to cover it any way we want. Period.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Doing good. Thank you. Basement 6 months. 2 hour. It's a lot to watch there. There's no full clips from it yet.
Slow day today, bud.
Sure is. You just missed the instruction, Trevor.
Slow day today, bud.
No, we need something.
PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. It's been fucking shitty.
Don't make Seth Wiley Ludley.
Shitty.
Only one.
I think I'm putting on a shitty show today. I don't feel the it factor today.
Videos of people doing it all night and they end up like losing money because the wear
The gas and shit.
Yeah, gas and wear and tear on their car and shit. Some guy's like, follow me as I do a night of Uber Eats, and he ended up losing like $8 the night or something. It was really depressing.
That is depressing. It was interesting. In Puerto Rico, everyone spoke English except the Uber drivers.
That's kind of how it is in America, right?
Yeah.
Or at least in like in the big cities and stuff.
Oh, you're right. That's the way it is in America.
By the way, I would act like I didn't speak English if I drove an Uber. I don't want to talk to anybody. I know they don't want to talk to me, but I want to talk to them even less.
Oh, let me, Johnny K.
Of course he's coming
Thank you,
in.
Johnny. Of course you knew on our slowest day for some reason. You step up. Thank you, my friend. I'll give you some love when we get back on the air.
That's because everybody spent money on the weekend. They gambled. They were drinking. They were drugging.
They're going to the Luke Bryan concert.
Luke Bryan concert.
Yeah, that was Zach Bryan.
A lot of expenses on the weekend.
Today, let me Monday Rumble.
After show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Seth Dustin, NXT, NTX.
Thank you, Johnny K. Gonna give you some love.
Tired of paying sky-high cable TV bills? Sick of juggling endless streaming subscriptions? There's a better way. Go to getabox.com. With Get a Box, you get every channel, every game, every movie ever made. Watch local and national channels, live sports, all your favorite movies, and much, much more. This isn't another subscription. It's a one-time purchase. No contracts, no fees, no nonsense. For a limited time, use promo code BUBBA at checkout for $25 off any box. That's getabox.com, promo code BUBBA.
Nowhere near the rare air at the top of the heap. I mean, we know what's important. More like the bottom feeders existing on the scraps of society. You just babbling about
Bubba, the Love Sponge.
Johnny K, Valparaiso, Indiana, steel slinging homie. Stepped up on the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. 100 from Johnny K. Knew it was a slow day. And just knew, Lummy, I needed a little pick-me-up. So thank you.
Gooch, $50 for Dr. Dan.
Oh, the Gooch.
Thanks, Gooch.
Thank you, Gooch. Appreciate you.
The head of the United States Federal Communications Commission has warned that television and radio broadcasters could risk losing their licenses if they fail to meet regulatory standards tied to the public interest. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr issued the...
Now, mind you, I just want everybody to know this. And Dan, you know it too before you start spewing whatever you're going to spew. I'm not saying nonsense. You spew whatever you want to spew. Now, I don't ever tell you what to spew. But just remember this. Out of everybody here and everybody that's listening, I've been dancing with these people for 40 years. I've had to work under the guidelines of the FCC for 40 years. I have the highest single FCC one-time fine of $755,000. I have been issued 7 NAL. I am very much an expert.
Will your record ever be broken?
I don't think cumulatively, yes, but not probably one-time fine, no. Probably never. So, mind you, I've been dancing with these people for 40 years. I've been in radio and in content for 40 years. I've had program director after general manager after operations, consultants and things like that early on my career that made sure I was FCC compliant. And then when I got a little bit more monologue based, of course, that was always, the FCC, being FCC compliant, pushing the edge, saying what I can and what I cannot say. I've been under their umbrella for 40 years. So I truly have a better understanding of this agency than anybody definitely that works here and potentially anybody that's listening.
Interest. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr issued the warning amid growing political tensions.
And I'm telling you right now, in the 40 years that I've been doing this, the commissioner has never issued a warning to licenses that said, you better be factual when you're covering the president and the war that he's involved in. Because if you're not factual, we're going to possibly yank your broadcast license away. In my opinion, I don't think that there's anything in the First Amendment, which we all stand by as broadcasters. I don't think that the word factual is in the First Amendment in any way, shape, or form.
No.
You do have the responsibility not to be slanderous. You have the responsibility not to be liable. You have the responsibility not to defame anybody. But if you're talking about a public figure who is at this point involved in navigating through a war, you can virtually say about anything, including how bad they're doing, including how good they're doing, and speculating as to what they're doing, and none of which needs to be factual.
Surrounding media coverage of the conflict involving Iran, Carr suggested that some broadcasters had circulated what he described as inaccurate or distorted reporting about the war.
Now listen, is there anywhere in the First Amendment that talks about accuracy or distortion?
No.
And said networks must ensure their coverage meets the legal obligations attached to using the country's public airwaves.
There is no rule for that.
No. There's rules the FCC have. FCC has rules.
No.
Yeah, they do.
Listen to what they say. Listen to what they say.
Meets the legal obligations attached to using the country's public airwaves.
So hold on. The legal obligation to use the public airwaves starts with 1, you have to be the owner of that frequency. That's 1. Then 2, you have to be FCC compliant in your public information file, your hiring practices, the amount of power you're emitting.
There's rules.
Hold on, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the rules.
And then 3, that your hosts don't violate anything that the FCC currently has on the books with regards to body excrements, foul language, sexual descriptions.
All could be argued as infringements on your First Amendment rights.
No. Those are rules. Those are actual existing rules within the FCC. But none of which, Dan, there's nothing in the FCC guidelines. Because I've seen them, I've read them. There's nothing, and there's nothing that states that you can't give non-factual information about how a president's navigating through a war. It has nothing to do with your accuracy or with anything. Or this is they're coming. This is like the Hurt-Filioma rule. They're citing rules that don't exist.
The remarks followed criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump, who accused several prominent news organizations of publishing misleading reports about military developments linked to the Iran conflict. Trump argued that some outlets had exaggerated the impact of Iranian military actions while portraying U.S. operations in an unfavorable light.
So? It doesn't matter. How many people irresponsibly gave bad information during the Vietnam War and during World War II?
And they used the 100-year-old Espionage Act as their argument to quell that. And that's what they're still using.
Not in broadcast, they didn't. No broadcaster was ever trumped up on espionage rules. No talk show host, no radio personality, no television personality ever has been charged with espionage for misreporting or being wrong about their opinion on the way a president is navigating through a war.
But that's the argument they use when they try to enforce the stifling of the opinions that are contrary to the war effort.
And so how crazy did we go when Biden actually put in a minister of misinformation, which is what this is really about? We flipped out. Everybody called him a kook. There's no way you can hold the American media public. You can hold them accountable for, embellishing or giving wrong information out.
I hate this. I absolutely, positively hate this. I'm on your side, 100%.
I also sent you his Brandon Carr's tweet.
I'm going to play home.
Carr echoed those concerns and stressed that
Jay, there's remedies called slander, libel, defamation, civilly. And potentially criminally. There's remedies for broadcasters that want to go on the air and say the F word, that wants to be to violate the FCC rules, but the FCC never has had a rule about your opinion about how a president is navigating through a war, or about your opinion about a president at all.
Opinion is what's supposed to be protected the most by the First Amendment. The opinions that we disagree with, that we dislike, that we find offensive, that's what the basis, the pure basis of the First Amendment is. And when you can't criticize your government, that's the absolute worst.
I don't know who's advising him.
It's no different to me than the COVID thing you were talking about. Okay, this is a different emergency. Okay, it's Iran and it's Israel, and that's a whole new set of challenges. Try to talk to an 18-year-old about what's important in this situation here. It ain't easy. My kid's only been at college for 6 months, and they have very strong opinions about Israel, about Netanyahu, about bombing people. It's a whole different world out there, and so I want to hear them criticize. I want to know what their thoughts and processes are. Seeing the evolution of Tucker's been mind-boggling. I want to see where he's going, don't you?
Broadcasters granted licenses to use public spectrum are required by law to operate in the public interest and provide reliable information to viewers.
The word reliable is not anywhere in any type of code or rule within the First Amendment, or better yet, the FCC.
Nor any case law interpreting the First Amendment.
In that case, they better take every weathercaster and take his license away because they're less than 50% correct. I mean, right?
5.
The warning quickly prompted strong criticism from media advocates and lawmakers who said the statement could raise concerns about press freedom. Critics pointed out that the FCC rarely revokes broadcast licenses and warned that invoking such a possibility could be interpreted as an attempt to pressure news organizations over their editorial decisions.
It absolutely is.
That's AI.
Some Democratic lawmakers argued that the comments risk undermining First Amendment protections that safeguard freedom of speech in the press in the United States. Carr defended his position by saying that declining public trust in the news media has made accountability more important than ever.
There's nowhere in the FCC guidelines that says anything about trust or accountability. There's nothing in the First Amendment that talks about trust or accountability. We have remedies to address those, and it's not under the guise of pulling somebody's license.
Well, interestingly, Bubba, this is like traditional licenses, and this is not online stuff. This is like traditional television licenses for broadcasters, terrestrial radio.
Like legacy media.
Yep.
Argued that broadcasters benefiting from public airwaves must maintain high standards of accuracy.
No. There's nowhere. They're pulling stuff out of their ass. Accuracy is not a rule.
Particularly when reporting on sensitive national security issues such as the Iran conflict. The controversy has now sparked a wider debate in Washington about the limits of government oversight of broadcast media and the balance between regulation and press freedom during periods of geopolitical tension.
Obama did the whole WikiLeaks thing and the whole Julian Assange thing, so he wasn't, clean hands throughout this whole thing. Every administration in my lifetime has had something that they didn't like, that they've used too much government control to try to censor. I haven't liked it in any administration, and I despise it in this one because of the way that he got elected. I'm a huge supporter. I find this so offensive, I can't stand it.
Well, what's coming up next is I don't even know how to feel about this.
Well, may I ask a question before we go to watch this?
Yeah.
Have you noticed how over the last 6 months they have systemically tried to castigate Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, even Charlie Kirk? They said before he was murdered that they were all questioning our position with Israel. And as soon as you question anything with Israel, you automatically become an anti-Semite. And isn't there some nuance to saying, maybe I don't support Netanyahu and his administration and I support Israel, but I think that this is too much. They're going a little too hard. And I see this right now, and it's like, he's an anti-Semite. She's an anti-Semite. You must cancel them. You can't follow them. You can't listen to them. You can't hear what they're saying. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, not really.
I know what you're talking about, Jay.
Have you, Lummy?
Yeah, I've seen it a little bit. But I also sent you the what Brandon Carr said, just so like.
Oh yeah, I want to just
exactly what.
So does it just reiterate what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean it's him. I mean it's a little long.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yet again.
Well, no, up. That's Brandon Carr. That's one.
Broadcasters that are running hoaxes and news distortions, also known as the fake news, have a chance now to correct course before the license renewals come up. That's all I need to hear.
It's a threat.
The law is clear. Broadcasters must operate in the public interest, and they will not lose their license if they do not. Well, no, hold on. What does public interest mean? Public interest means...
Get down on your knees?
No, the public has the right to know the person that you are paying, or the person that you're putting on the air to give the information or their opinion that you've picked out is a perfect person for that particular day part.
The law is not clear.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Broadcasters must not operate in public interest. You must not disseminate false and or constitutionally objectionable information. That's it. I can question the government. How's that in the public's interest? Well, in my mind, it's in the citizens' interests. It may not be in the government's interests, but what is public interest? Way too broad, Bubba.
And frankly, changing course is in their business. And frankly, changing course is in their own business interests, since trust in legacy media has now fallen to an all-time low of just 9% and are rating disasters. You know what? That's on them. The government doesn't have anything to do with how ratings are on a particular network, what people's faith in the reliability of Fox or NBC or CNN. That has nothing to do with the federal government. The American people have subsidized broadcasters to the tune of billions of dollars by providing free access to the nation's airways. No, each radio company bought that right to be on that bandwidth and pay dearly for it. It is very important to bring trust back into the media, which has earned itself the label of fake news. Fake news isn't illegal. Fake news
is harmful.
You know what? Potentially
against public interest. This is very Orwellian. I don't like it.
No, it's very much so.
Dude, there's
read
pictures.
1984.
I just think it could be because, misinformation is very harmful to old people. There's videos circulating of like this Iraqi, or was it Iranian?
No, the Iranians flying on the magic carpet.
Yeah, the Iranians, they're flying on a magic carpet, like shooting down like U.S. fighter jets and all that, and people think it's real.
That was AI?
Like, yeah. Yeah, it is, but old people, they don't know what the hell's going on. Technology's passed them by. They might think there's a guy on a flying carpet shooting down jets out there.
And then here is where you can see Trump is behind all this. Okay, the last paragraph, when a political candidate is able to win in a landslide election victory after it faced hoaxes and distortions, there is something very wrong. It means the public has lost faith and confidence in the media, and we can't allow that to happen. No, we can and must continue to allow it to happen. It is absolutely like you said, so Orwellian.
But wouldn't you be okay if they took away all the licenses and then made everybody fight it out on the internet where it's lawless?
Oh God!
I mean, well, now they're just trying to cancel you and deplatform you on the internet.
But I mean, but I'm talking about like they're going after I don't even know how to police it. Would they bring up a broadcaster on the Hill and say, did you say that? They're
gonna get lethal injection. See how it handles it.
Firing squad.
You're gonna bring up hosts and people that broadcast on legacy media and television hosts and radio hosts, and they're gonna say, so did you say this or this and this? Yeah, I did. Why? Because that's how I feel. It's my opinion.
Don't you think this will die down though when it's not so heated about the war and all that? Like, don't you feel like this could subside and there might be something else that shifts everybody's focus?
By the way, FCC Commissioner Carr was with Trump in West Palm Beach when he tweeted that out. Trump needs to back it down a notch. Stop being so worried about what people are saying about you. It's like my God, stop.
In that post, we believe in the free market of ideas will segregate the good ideas from the bad ideas, and the cream will rise to the crop that people want to listen to, and that which is crap will no longer be listened to. It said it. Only 9%. The stations have 9%. They'll be failing in a moment.
Right.
You don't need to take their licenses from them under the auspices of it's against public interest. That's such horse. I just wanted
say it.
Just horse shit. It's just the worst.
Screw you, FCC, man.
It's crap.
Get these, bitch boy.
I dumped it. But
the internet got to hear it. The real champs.
It's just when he goes so hard in one direction like this.
God.
It's no different than Biden. And I don't like it with either administration. And what I always have liked about Trump is that he was not beholden to the right or the left. He did his own thing. This is just crap, man. This is not conservative. This is not in the free interest.
You said it earlier. It's Orwellian.
It's terrible. I hate it.
It is dictator. It's no better than the people that you're trying to get out of regime in Iran.
That's right.
By telling broadcasters if they don't toe the line of how you feel you are navigating through this war, and they give some information that might not be correct about the war, that you're going to hold the most coveted thing that media has, which is their right or the broadcast license to be on 97.9, to be on whatever frequency you're on, AM 820. That's the biggest asset that a broadcaster owns is their license, and it should never be subjected to the president's opinion of the way your talk show hosts and or news department is analyzing how he's doing his job. Those broadcast licenses are, when they say you have to renew them, none of which state that your renewal is based on if the president likes what the hell you're saying or not. And that's what he's trying to do. And that is ridiculous. This Tucker thing took me by surprise. Is this real, Lummy? Is this for real?
Yeah, it is for real.
Weren't him and Trump like two peas in a pod?
So there's a rumor out there supposedly that Trump brought in Tucker because there was word that Tucker was leaking information to the Iranians. So then Trump brought in Tucker to start giving him fake information. And that is one way that the U.S. was able to kill the leader of Iran, because Tucker told him, misinformation.
So why would?
So they're thinking that Tucker is feeding the Iranians information.
But didn't they ask him to feed him?
No, they didn't ask him. They did it. They didn't tell Tucker
It was
they
a
were
test.
doing fake. Yeah,
it was a test. He gave him the fake information, and they acted on it, and then they, they were able to attack because of it.
So you're trying to say that the CIA and the U.S. government set up Tucker?
Yes.
Did you know they spoofed Tucker on SNL this weekend?
Yeah. No.
Really?
Yeah,
I play it, but I get a copyright.
Yeah, SNL.
Oh, you get copyright? I didn't send it because
maybe we can play it in the after show.
Yeah, some people said it was dead on. You don't see a lot of people doing impressions of Tucker.
Let's make sure we have it for the after show. I'm coming back with that.
I also sent you the Iranian, the military shooting down the F-16.
The magic carpet guy.
Yeah, the magic carpet guy.
See, that's what they're trying to filter out. That kind of stuff, Bubba. I feel like.
Yeah, but
that's parody. That's true.
People fall for it.
It's so funny.
See, this is so funny.
It'd been funny if you had a slingshot.
I mean, that's funnier than hell. You got, and if my government takes this away from me, I'm really mad.
Right.
Because I have every right to actually laugh and try to make some type of funny. That is so funny. Like the afterburners wouldn't be charcoaling you.
He can't escape him, dude. He's on his ass. Anyways,
go back to the Tucker stuff.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
Iran, right? Iran, did you see what the Iranians have?
Carpet drone. Call it the carpet drone.
Carpet drone?
Carpet
He would
drone.
be like, his mind would be fucking blown, dude.
My wife was getting daily inspirations from an AI personality, and my daughter looked at it for 2 seconds. She's like, "Mom, this isn't real." It's just, "Yes, it is." And she showed me.
Oh, boy.
Pretty sure it's not. And she's like, "But it's still positive." And I was like, "It's fucking bullshit." This fake person.
They're getting.
People get Gene gives me fake money. He likes to do like a Jew thing. Yeah, he puts it on the floor and then I pick it up and it's like, haha.
Oh, it is fake.
Yeah. And then they do another little one. They like to get, it's a Jewish thing. It's definitely, that's definitely real anti-Semitism.
It sure is.
Yeah, the real anti-Semitism.
That's in real life.
Not going against Israel, that's okay.
Yeah.
But when you start throwing fake money on the floor and be like, oh, look at Jew boy, pick it up. I got what's going on.
That's offensive.
That's offensive.
That's why when we owe money to each other, even if it's a dollar bet, we throw it at the ground. We do this to each other. We're 100%. We throw it. If it's $10, we do it in one. We throw it like a hat.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not throwing fake money on the ground as soon as you.
No, it's just, it's one of those. It's insulting. Pick that up and you win.
It is insulting. I did not get an email, Dynamite. I have not checked my email in a long time since I switched phones. I gotta get like a code for my. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll check it out. It's been a few weeks. I'm sure
weekend, Bubba.
There's a couple on there.
Busy. I had a big thing at the track. I didn't get home until 3:00 Saturday night. I'm reading this. Inside Radio's #1 story today. I'm reading it. This senator came out and has some pretty good stuff.
What's up, Thomas? What's up? What was the email about? Was it very personal? What's up, 305?
Morning, everybody. I'm gonna have to squint and look at it on my phone.
What up, Lunger?
No computer at this desk anymore.
What's up, Merchant? Congrats on last night, Rookie. Fucking crazy shit, man.
Dirk Merchant? How's everybody doing? John Kostaka. Kostaka, I can't say it every time. What up, Dirk Merchant? Snizuki Slayer.
What up, Willie?
Morning, Xerxes.
That's crazy, Barbara. I was at Top Golf yesterday while some guy's name was his name really Sepp? What's up, Johnny? What's up, Robbie?
Right back at you, Xerxes.
Nobody's named Sepp, is it? Come on. Dude, they got this thing at Top Golf, the field goal challenge. Have you heard about it, Lummy? Lummy's not in here.
He's not in here. Is it like what they do at NFL events?
No. They have in the middle of the Top Golf, they have a field goal post.
Yeah.
And then you gotta hit the ball, golf it through the field goal post.
Oh, not a football.
No, a golf ball.
Is that easier?
I've heard of it.
Or harder than a football? I would imagine it'd be easier, maybe.
Well, I was able to do it, and I can't golf. It seemed like it would be a hard thing, but it was really, really cool.
That's cool. What a big number.
How far do they put it out?
It's probably about 40 yards out, but the way they do the game is it's you have to aim towards it, but in the game it's 22 yards out.
I got you.
So if you kind of just hit it in the direction of the field goal post and it splits it, it'll show up that you did it on the game. But you don't have to actually split it because it's kind of far away. Yeah. My daughter was able to get 3 out of 10 yesterday. It took me 7 shots to get 5 through.
You'd never be able to do that kicking a football through. No way.
No, God no.
That's it. So there's your answer. It's easier, more fun.
Yeah, I can't kick it, but they have these they have these souped up clubs called the Sure Thing at Top Golf, where I don't know what it is. It's just a big
head.
Yeah, big head, and you just you can wallop the fucking shit out of the ball without having any skills.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, my family thinks I'm like Tiger Woods out there the way that I rip it.
Did Brian have one of those bowling balls when we played last time?
Yeah, he's got
normal. He was using a female bowling ball, but he was bowling really well.
With no thumb hole either for
really
maximum
hard.
spinach.
He was doing two-handed throws? No, one-handed.
It's quite painful to listen.
Children love
Bubba the Love Sponge.
the perfect combination of entertainment and education.
Yes, it's quite painful to listen until the medication kicks in. Back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
So I get updates from Inside Radio. All the radio publications, Inside Radio. There's this other guy that I follow that has, pretty much it's a radio publication. I think Inside Radio might even be owned by iHeart. But anyway, U.S. Senator Ed Markey is flipping out, saying Markey wants Carr to resign over FCC threats tied to the Iranian coverage. This is the number one story in radio right now. And so I guess this all stems from, and it wasn't even people that hold FCC licenses that Trump got mad about. On Saturday, Trump used his Truth Social platform to decry print and digital outlets for what he called deliberating, misleading coverage of the Iranian military strike on U.S. Air Force tanker planes in the Saudi Arabia. The Wall Street Journal originally claimed that the 5 aircraft had been damaged to various degrees of being able to operate. In contrast, the president said that the planes had, in fact, sustained minimal damage and accused the outlets involved of wanting the United States to lose the war with Iran. None of the outlets, this is important, none of the outlets Trump named were radio or television operators. Despite this, so this is all about somebody reporting that a couple planes got
tankers. It was some oil tankers.
A couple tankers got damaged more so than they really did.
Yeah, 4
Big
out of 5.
whoop. Despite this, Carr reposted Trump's compliment on X hours later, and And his warning was broadcasters that are running hoaxes and news distortions, also known as fake news, have a chance now to correct course before their license renewals come up. The law is clear. Broadcasters must operate in the public. Does this guy even know what in the best interest of the public interest is? The public interest isn't necessarily having to be truthful or honest or even factual.
Or supportive of the war. Who says that's in the public's interest?
It says broadcasters must operate in the public interest and they will lose their license if they do not.
Does the FCC control? Do newspapers have to get licensed by the FCC?
No, they're not controlled by the FCC.
No.
He also said that the American people have subsidized broadcasts. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Don't you think the FCC is kind of like going away?
It's almost antiquated a little bit. But I tell you what I really dislike about this, Seth and Bubba, is I don't like when the chief or the head of the FCC is quoting Trump's language, using hoax and fake news and most persons. It's just
in a letter.
It should appear separate at least.
I like this senator. In a letter to Carr, Senator Markey argued that Carr had directed a license threat at broadcasters in response to the presidential complaint about outlets the FCC does not regulate, and that the move fit a pattern of using the commission's statutory authority as a tool for political pressure.
Yep.
You are effectively demanding that broadcasters become state media and echo the Trump's administration false talking points on this reckless, unconstitutional war. This threat is just your latest authoritarian attempt to weaponize the FCC's statutory authority to censor the media. It is a strain on the FCC's storied history, and you should resign. He went on to cite Carr's reinstatement of complaints against ABC, CBS, and NBC affiliates in January of 2025, an FCC investigation into Odyssey, San Francisco's KCBS AM over immigration reporting, and a threat against ABC and Disney following the Jimmy Kimmel on-air comments about Charlie Kirk.
Yep.
The senator acknowledged that the public interest standard exists, but argued that it's never conceived as a mechanism for, this is pretty much what I've been trying to say, I just not as gracefully as this guy did, as a mechanism for forcing a presidential preferred editorial narrative, pointing to case law Red Lion Broadcasting versus the FCC as evidence that even the precedent does not extend to government-directed control. And so blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, it's like the number one story in radio right now, Lummy, is the fact that the FCC is,
overextending their power. The thing is, I believe he should lose his job, because if he's doing this to try to flex the power of the FCC, he's been impotent by doing it. He didn't get Jimmy Kimmel off the air. None of the other people lost their licenses. Now he's sending a stupid text out when Trump is erroneously talking about the print media and people that aren't controlled by this. It's just, does the guy know what he's doing?
No, he doesn't.
Maybe he's
I don't think he knows
not
anything.
qualified for his job.
I think he's a Trump bootlicker, and he's a Trump bootlicker that does what Trump wants him to do. And when the last paragraph on the last break that I talked about, when the president wins an overwhelming election, and then people don't listen, Donald Trump, people hate you. People hate me. There's forums about people hating me. There's more forums about people hating you. Do you not know the definition of? You're the most public figure in the world. You are the most public figure in the world. People can practically say anything they want about you. They really can. And you have mechanisms to sue them, and you have. But, holding broadcasters' licenses over their heads on renewal while quelling their First Amendment speech because they don't necessarily agree with your navigation of a particular war has nothing to do with the fact that these broadcasters should be able to renew their licenses.
Nope. And the cases that he brought individually, he won because he was right. You cannot make a false statement of fact accusing someone of a crime. George Stephanopoulos. You cannot alter media interviews to make two pieces of the interview that are 40 minutes apart seem like they're the same thing. BBS, 60 Minutes. You cannot do these things. That's inappropriate. And when that happens, you get sued, and there's civil consequences for it. But the FCC didn't come in and say,
No.
hey, you should be penalized because you said that the president was a criminal.
Nope. The president went civil and won. It has nothing to do with their license.
And threaten their licenses. The ratings are what should rule the day, Bubba.
The public controls what they like and what they don't like. The president shouldn't. Here's the Tucker stuff.
I found out that the CIA...
So, is he really in a lot of trouble?
He could be.
I mean...
They're investigating him.
So the other day I found out that the CIA is...
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of down on Tucker because he kind of abandoned me. For 6 years, Lummy, when he was really didn't do nothing.
No.
In between, and he was just he was a morning Fox News contributor, which means he sat in with Kilmeade a few times.
He was just doing the weekends even at the time.
Yeah, I was doing weekends.
No, actually, there's one period as I've been listening to is that he was fired. He didn't have a job after MSNBC fired him.
For a year and a half, he would call in every Tuesday and didn't even have a job. I was his distribution. And we were such great friends, and now he literally ghosts me. I have his I have his email. I have his I have a phone number that works.
God, I'd love to talk to that guy. What an interesting. I can't believe that he won't even acknowledge a private text because he's going through so much right now. You would think that he would want his friends that he knows you're a friend in the media to listen to what's going on. It's insane.
Preparing some kind of criminal referral against me, a crime report, to the Department of Justice on the basis of a supposed crime I committed. What's that crime? Well, talking to people in Iran before the war. They read my texts. So the crime under consideration apparently would be the Foreign Agent Act or something like that, acting as an agent of a foreign power. And I don't expect this to go anywhere. I'm not too worried about an actual criminal case against me for a bunch of reasons. One, I'm not an agent of a foreign power. Unlike a lot of people commenting on U.S. politics and global affairs, I have only one loyalty, and that's the United States, and have never acted against it. Its interests are the only interests I care about because I'm from here and I have a lot of kids. So that's not a concern. I've also never taken money from anybody. Don't need it, don't want it, and that's provable. And moreover, it's my job to talk to everybody.
He seems sincere to me always.
And try and figure out what's happening around the world. That's literally what I do.
I love Tucker.
I was going to say, do people think he's sincere, just kind of like a swarmy prick?
I think both, but I don't think they think he's sincere. I think they just think he's a swarmy prick. But when I listen to him, I can get the swarmy prick part out of it and just listen to what he's saying.
I love Tucker.
Yeah.
He's smart and intelligent. I mean, some people disagree with some of his positions, but he's definitely a smart, charismatic guy.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a good, he's a
for a living
speaker.
And I'm not going to stop doing that. Nor should I don't think. I'm also an American. I can talk to anybody. I have no secrets to divulge. So legally, I think the case is ludicrous, and I doubt it'll even become a case. I'm bringing this up for a couple of reasons, though, and they're pretty obvious. One is that countries tend to become more authoritarian in wartime. It's just the nature of war. People are dying. The stakes are high. People's emotions have risen to a very high point, to a crescendo. And so there's much less tolerance for any kind of dissent in the homeland. The irony, of course, is the United States fights wars on behalf of freedom, but there's always less of it here in our country during war. So that's a widely recognized phenomenon, and it's likely to happen now too. Another point to make that is worth knowing is that the USIC, the intelligence agency, spy on Americans. Now, you probably knew that, and it's been revealed a lot, including by Julian Assange and Ed Snowden, both of whom are threatened with death for revealing it, but everyone knows. But it's probably a little more widespread than most people understand, and it's outrageous. There's no justification for your government, which you own, you're a shareholder in it, you pay for it, to be violating your privacy like this. But it happens all the time. And in fact, one of the reasons that CIA or people within CIA, just to be clear, it's a huge, sprawling, disconnected agency. What it does in a specific case doesn't represent what everybody in the building thinks, but there are some people who are mad at me for my views about Israel. And they have some latitude. And one of the reasons they pass on criminal complaints, in effect, to law enforcement is to justify warrants for spying on Americans. So that is an absolutely real thing. But the main reason they do it is to leak the existence of the investigation, such as it is, to the media, and then humiliate and terrify the subjects of this op. And that's, of course, happened to me repeatedly.
Me too.
Many times, including in famously 2021 when I was still at Fox News and trying to set up an interview with Vladimir Putin. And the NSA, I heard from someone there, had grabbed my text messages with an American citizen and had leaked them to news outlets. Those texts were basically my attempts to set up an interview with the foreign head of state, and they leaked them to the New York Times in order to stop the interview, which they successfully did, by the way. And they admitted that they were spying on me. This is not a fantasy. It actually happened. They did it again 2 years later. My second attempt to get a Putin interview, I managed to get it anyway, and they've done it since. And so when you get a call from a reporter who knows the contents of your texts, it's pretty clear something's going on. None of this, in my judgment, as of right now, is a huge threat to me, so I'm not making this video to complain about it or whine or ask you to send me money because I'm under attack. I'm saying it because it's true, and you should know what your own government is doing, and you should know what the stakes are, and you should know
and usually I wouldn't probably really care about this, but the government right now, with this FCC car dude, and now this, I don't know, man.
Well, you know what you do when you don't have a license to threaten? You threaten their liberty, their freedom,
yeah,
their ability to make money.
Yep. Trust me, I know.
The heavy hand of the government's a scary opponent.
What happens in this country that affects outcomes happens behind the scenes. Some of it is legal, some of it is not, including what I'm describing now. But it has an effect. And the intel agencies, again, not everyone in the intel agencies, because there are decent, hardworking Americans who work in the intel agencies are Americans, just like there are decent, hardworking Americans who work at the DMV. But there are also people with agendas and grudges and no sense of restraint who are happy to misuse the power they have granted
You mean like our president?
them by our elaborate secrecy laws to hurt.
Yes, FCC car. Listen, I want to make sure you listen to every radio station, every TV station. And if anybody says I suck, I'm not doing this right, take their license, take it away. It's not their right.
Fellow Americans for ideological reasons. That is entirely real. That's the story of Russiagate. And it's likely that things like that will begin to happen at greater scale now. So you should just know that going forward. Thanks.
So, what did he basically say? That the CIA has been intercepting his texts, that they knew what he was saying.
Yes.
And that they're going to try to pin the correspondence that he had with with people in Iran, with misinformation, or that he was giving him misinformation on purpose to get it to Iran, and Iran ran with it, and it only proves that Tucker's having conversations with them. Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah, and I sent you. This guy kind of breaks it down a little bit. You have to read it. It's not a video, but that's kind of what's going around. What they're saying with Trump.
They're trying to say that Tucker was acting as a foreign agent, and that he was giving inside information to Iran before the war in an effort to be subordinate to the United States or undermine the United States government.
Which goes kind of right along the lines of the stuff they're trying to spread with regards to the FCC.
Correct.
Let it go. Let it go. Like Trump. You know what I say? Just win. Just go and win this war more quickly than you already are. Win. Just win, baby.
I'm with you.
Just go out and win this bitch, and wreak havoc on Iran, and take the fact that they'll never have the ability to come up with a nuclear weapon, and be done with this, and stop worrying about how the news media is reporting it, and start winning a little bit more. And let's make sure that gas doesn't get up to $7 a gallon.
$4.50 yesterday. I was so mad. Ugh.
So anyway, Dan, I think I don't think I'm going to be able to get to this maybe till tomorrow. This looks maxing.
I know it's brutal.
What?
Yes, it's called looks maxing, and I have two different articles on it, and it's about men that are trying to be.
They take hammers to their face, right?
Yes,
one. So they have a strong jawline.
Yeah, clavicular is a big time streamer that apparently does it.
Let me just play a little bit of this right here.
Does it work?
It looks like it works.
Want to try?
Look at his face when they show him.
That's
from
weird
smashing their own faces with a hammer to having leg extension surgeries. Experts fear the twisted craze of looks maxing could turn deadly. And it's, I guess,
you just go to a plastic surgeon. You need to do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, first emerging in the early 2010s, looks maxing was a phrase used on disturbing misogynistic online forums. The term quickly spiraled from self-improvement to desperate desire for teenage boys to fit in. And so
he's better looking. Whatever he
yeah.
did, he's better looking.
Called he hit puberty.
Yeah,
he was
part
a
of it's hitting
baby
puberty.
there, and I mean, my son's face
Jay,
changed shape in 4 years.
These are beyond that, though, Jay.
But there's some massive change that happens in puberty.
I understand that, but this is beyond that.
But a hammer to the face is not the right answer.
I don't think so
You go to a
either.
board-certified plastic surgeon, and there's lots of real things you can do.
Oh, what's the hammer doing there?
Jimmy Cleavis?
Same guy. That's also clavicular.
What's his name?
Clavicular.
Clavicular, yeah.
Clavicular.
He happens to be a ridiculously good-looking human being.
That doesn't beat
Zoolander.
Aaron Reed, though. Like I said, this weekend, Jay and I bumped into the guy that played Juggernaut in the Deadpool versus Wolverine, and in person, that guy is an incredible specimen. Aaron Reed. He was really nice too, freaking shredded. Apparently, he wrestled professionally for a little bit, and in person is one of the best physical specimens I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like 6'5", super muscular, super shredded, and just walking around like that. And he was really nice too.
His leg was as big as my torso, Bubba.
It was giant.
Really?
I
Muscle
swear to
on
God,
muscle.
literally probably
I
as
sent you a
wide as
picture
my
of him,
waist.
Bubba.
I'd rub the cramps out of it.
As we saw him on my porch, he's like, "Oh my God, that's the largest human being I've ever seen."
Yeah, he's from Tampa. It says he's 6'7".
Yeah. Is that the way 6'7"?
Yeah,
Yes.
tallest bodybuilder to compete.
Aaron Reed, professional wrestler,
he close to
competitive
300?
bodybuilder. Aaron Reed is a professional bodybuilder and ex-WWE wrestler from Tampa, Florida. At 6'7", he's one of the tallest bodybuilders in the world, officially the tallest bodybuilder to win a men's physique competition. Seeking inspiration from his idol, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Aaron has enjoyed a successful career as a professional wrestler, a competitive bodybuilder. He won shows such as the blah, 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 blah. Now,
Look at that leg.
Now, was
So Juggernaut was CGI in the first two Deadpools, but in the third one, it was actually a real person that was played by this gentleman.
and he lives in Tampa.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
I mean,
really nice
how
guy.
did you guys get to have?
He was at the Enclave. He was just with a friend, one of the other owners there.
One of my neighbors.
One of his neighbors.
Oh, he was at the racetrack.
Yeah.
Oh, and so you guys really got to
we hung
We
out
hung out
with
for
him
an hour.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Well, we should have him on the show. Think he'd do it?
Yeah.
for sure. I bet.
Sure.
He said that the cool things now is like he's now a Marvel guy for life.
Yeah, he gets to go to Comic-Con stats once you do a Marvel movie.
You're in the
set
family
for
forever?
that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Dan, you got to blast out of here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. See you next.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
See you, Dan.
Thursday's off. Just 1 hour of cozy. Morning, everybody. First Amendment's a red line for me.
Aquaman 66, 86 months. Pre-strap Jones 37 months.
Rubber Lips, good morning. Holyoke Joe, what up? Thomas Gilson. Grapes are expensive, huh? I don't eat fruit, but I'm sure my wife will tell me that's true.
Started it. Where's it?
That's in Cottonwoods. Gas prices affect everybody. It irritates me and makes me mad, and I feel bad for my employees, and usually I give them money because of it. I don't put it on my black card. I don't have one of those. What up, Attack of the Dog? Jonesy? That's crazy. I just want this thing to be over quickly.
It sure is. Oh. Perfect. Thank you, Brandon.
If you're referring to me, Cottonwoods, you need to know a little bit more about my history, buddy.
Appreciate it.
I love when people put words in my mouth, things I never said.
Well, you better get used to it if you're on this fucking show, because it's just one hate after another. These motherfuckers.
Where's hate?
Everywhere.
Everywhere around you, son.
What's up, Mike from Mass?
I'm staring at nothing but love.
Swords, thank you, buddy. Great White 141, you the man.
Yeah, God's love 737 says Jesus Christ alone, consider fallen.
That's pretty funny, Gripper Lips. And no one mentioned any of this stuff when Trump invaded Ukraine. We just had to eat the gas prices. Morning, Barbara DeRush. Haven't seen your name before. What up, Tampa Terry? Do something for 30 years well, Cotton, and then see what you got. If you haven't accumulated something, you suck.
All right, Jay. You're getting chat cancer.
Cotton.
You're getting chat.
I don't know. I'm not. It's just one
Yeah,
guy.
you are.
Everyone else gets to pile on him. It's fine.
Pile on, man.
What up to the 05 Express? I appreciate that, Black Eye and Cali. And I know that. That's why I don't engage much, but I couldn't help myself.
Seth, what's the content bad guy for this looks maxing?
Clavicular?
Clavicular. Is he American?
Yo, yeah.
Whether you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Sunbelt Rentals is committed to making it easy to get the tools and equipment you need. With a vast network of locations across the U.S. and Canada, no one brings more yes to your project. Our broad inventory and dedicated team of experts makes equipment rental absolutely available, positively reliable, and unquestionably easy. Visit sunbeltrentals.com to reserve your equipment or find a location near you.
In Bubba we trust. In Bubba, you lost.
Naughty, naughty.
This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Today's after show, me, Lummy, and Seth will be on Rumble. Tomorrow, Clem Kush, Twitch. Wednesday, which is, Lummy, your...
No, we're going to switch it now to the after the Blizzard.
Oh, that's right. Wednesday we're wide open.
Yeah, so Wednesday we're going to be open for the podcast.
We do a double shot Willie on Wednesday.
Yes.
On Thursday.
Yes.
The Blizzard followed by what you're supposed to do on Wednesday.
Yeah, and then Wednesday that's when we're putting out the podcast, your special podcast.
Oh, my special deal drops on Wednesdays.
Yes.
Fantastic. Anyway, thanks. Appreciate you. So what's this guy's name, Seth? Is he kind of like the Mr. Beast of men trying to be hot or men feeling good or bad about themselves?
He's nothing for men. He's for kids that
He's like the Rizzler for the Riz.
He's for kids that want to watch a good-looking guy have a bunch of good-looking women around him.
Looks maxing, a once obscure online trend, is moving into the mainstream. Appealing mainly to boys and young men, it's an effort to max...
Yes.
Okay.
Clavicular, like your clavicle.
Is he like your son's age, Jay?
Yep.
20?
Yep.
19, 20?
Yep.
Optimize your looks,
Trey looks just
often
like that.
taken to the extreme. The goal, to achieve what looks maxers call ascension, or what they consider the optimal measure of beauty.
We're operating in a society that's extremely shallow.
Kareem Shami is a looks maxing influencer with more than 2 million followers across social media.
We're not saying go past your genetic limits and go into extreme measures, but try to optimize your lifestyle around your appearance.
So what is the ideal male face? Controversial looks maxer Clavicular says
All right, so this is the guy that Seth's been talking about.
he has an idea.
The most attractive man in the world, I would say that
Now, can I ask a question? What do we got ongoing here? Like besides Clavicular, what's this guy? He looks like he's like inside of a folding chair. This guy here, I don't know what this guy's up to.
That guy's crazy.
That guy's studio looks like they have ISIS next to him asking the questions.
And I don't know, and Seth, I have no idea what this guy's what he's trying.
I'll say
This is a pod, like they do a podcast where they kind of bring people in to interview them, and it's a joke. Like they
like
have
their
people,
hostage videos.
Yeah, they have like people in the background or people that come in and mess up things. Yeah. I mean, it's a way. Like they start interviewing you, and then that guy maybe just sitting there with a chair. You know, he comes in and sits there.
The guy with the wild hair is somewhat fun. It's all very odd, man. You know what it is, though, Bubba? It's just like these guys would be some sort of after show for a radio show if this was, 20 years ago. I mean, it's just a bunch of weirdos that they don't have to go get a job anywhere. Like, they can just fire up mics, and if you're weird enough and unique enough, people will gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's his name's Maton Even. I think he's 18.
in terms of harmony percentage, it's like a very objective thing. This is not really based on like an opinion of mine. Would be Matt Balmer.
The actor's looks celebrated in online forums where looks maxers discuss their ideal appearance, a chiseled jawline, specific facial ratios, and eyes one eye width apart.
Man, I'm complete. I got beady eyes, no jawline, and fat. What's opposite of looks maxing? I should be, looks not maxing, I guess.
Balmer himself does not appear to be affiliated with the movement. And while some methods are focused on skincare or facial exercises,
start with your preferred facial cleanser.
Clavicular says he went to extreme measures to achieve his desired looks.
I've done like a lot of things like fat dissolvers, like I've injected lipolysis agents into my face, was a big one. And bone smashing.
And he's not alone. Bone smashing has been...
Now, this is what I don't understand here. Hold on now. Bone smashing.
Become increasingly popular.
Do you guys know about bone smashing?
People taking massage guns or even hammers to the face.
Smash them bones, baby!
All to cause minor damage to the bone underneath in hopes that it will heal in a more pronounced way.
basically throwing the dice and hoping that it goes back the way you want it to, but you have no idea how your bones are going to rejoin themselves. We have no idea what the long-term implications are.
Experts say it's about more than just vanity.
In your research, have you found a negative mental health impact from being involved in this community?
Yeah, I would say this is not good for anybody's mentals, especially people that look like me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, there's a lot more negative mental health ramifications. They're developing body issues that they didn't have when they first entered the community. And they're seeing their body is fundamentally a very flawed.
You know what, man? Men are turning into bitches.
I was just thinking the same thing, and this is the guy that's going to talk to us about the mental health of young men and their body physiques. Look at him.
Look at this guy. But I mean, men as a society, we're turning into a bunch of beta bitches.
They've done that for the last 15 years. They've been programming it for years.
If young boys, and I don't even know if this is a thing, but if little dudes are having a problem with their body, they can go work out, man. Like
right,
you're 16, you're 12.
Listen, the YMCA.
Your whole body your whole physique is ahead of you.
Seth, you just said the exact same thing, and that is what you want to look like this. Eat correct and work out constantly, and you got so much testosterone going through your veins when you're 18, you'll look like an Adonis.
And here's the deal, man. You have so many resources with regards to the internet on how to work out. Back in the day, they didn't. You could buy one kettlebell and look like a bodybuilder in 6 months if you just buckled down.
Yep.
And did what I mean, and you can find it anywhere on how to, exercises to do and core and all that kind of deal. So Seth, you're right. Listen, young man, start working out and eat right.
If a host like, oh man, your face isn't, rocky or masculine enough. I mean, at that, I'm gonna go ahead and be okay with, whoever is next on my list of ladies.
Yep.
Right.
There's no, and don't tell me this is about self-esteem, dude. You don't know. Nobody needs to take a hammer to their face to improve their self-esteem.
Exactly.
You're messed up in other ways than how you look.
You need to be talking to this guy.
An imperfect thing that is going to ruin their lives.
And looks maxing is popular in online forums that often perpetuate dangerous concepts like misogyny, nationalism, even racism.
Race absolutely influences how these men are judging attractiveness. So every man of color is recommended to improve his attractiveness by making himself appear more white.
Yeah, where's that? Every man of color is recommended to look more white. He just said that.
Yeah.
Where the hell's that one? Where's that book?
Controversy, the industry surrounding looks maxing is growing, with websites dedicated to selling supplements and products.
If you were talking to a parent of a 16-year-old who's worried about...
And I mean, Jay, you literally have a son that's 2 years, 3 years removed from the age that they're talking about, these 14 to 16-year-old kids that are that are following this guy and trying to be this way. I mean, your son didn't do any of that. I mean, did he?
No, and you know what he did was he did what Seth said. He worked out incessantly for 5 years, and right now he looks like clavicular. And he didn't do anything other than work out. And it turns out when you don't work out with your friends who grab ass the whole time and you actually work out 6 days a week and you eat correctly, you look good and you feel good and you're confident and you don't need to break your face with a hammer.
This trend, what would you tell them?
Putting in the emphasis that they deserve to be loved no matter how they look, I think is probably the most.
No, I said man up, son.
Okay, buddy. All right. I don't know what this is really.
You deserve to be
You deserve
loved.
to be needed, son.
Important thing.
Stephen Rumble joins us in studio.
Half the problems are the whack jobs, like we just saw, that are trying to disguise themselves as mental health experts.
Right.
And that's half the problem. Those beta bitches.
And Steve, I have two questions for you. Is this sort of a fringe online trend, or is this becoming more and more popular?
Yeah, it certainly started off very fringe and has been around for a few years now. But some influencers like Clavicular have gone viral with some of these clips and has really brought this into the mainstream, specifically bone smashing, which we mentioned in this piece, people hitting their face with a hammer. It sounds pretty silly, but when you hear some of the more extreme things that they're going to, taking testosterone, which can mess up their fertility later in life.
That's extreme.
All of these things seem very...
Yeah, I mean,
didn't every kid we know take steroids when we were in college?
Yeah.
And you knew exactly who they were from the zits on their back?
Short-sighted. Something we've worried about a lot for young women is their body image issues, but now it really seems like we need to worry about young men as well.
People...
Yeah, because young men don't have good dads. to teach them the right way and not to be a bunch of little beta bitches, and they're being raised by clavicular and they're not being raised by their dad.
That's the thing, man. You know what? I'm almost okay if you're gonna go off and listen to some idiot streamer. I mean, that's really up to you. I know back in the day everybody was worried about Eminem and rappers and everybody poisoning their kids, but it's really these idiotic streamers that just go 8-10 hours of them on a Friday or Saturday night with a bunch of cocaine and chicks around them, and a lot of people think that that's the lifestyle that awaits them if they go live one day.
Exactly.
Look, we grew up on 2 Live Crew and the most raunchy music in the world.
Twisted
when I was
Sister.
supposed to be, some impressionable young man. I'm a faithful husband who loves my wife, the least thing from a misogynist. And so I'm really less concerned about lyrics and when my kids listen to music than I am about this stuff.
Especially young men trying to look their best. I mean, this has been around for decades, right? What's different now? Is it the social media aspect of it? And it's just going to extremes?
Back in the day, we had to just buy a Joe Eater magazine and we'd see all the supplements you could take and all the good-looking dudes look like Jimmy Cleavis and...
Because of social media?
Yeah, it really seems like it. An expert we talked to for this piece was saying that it's really the online community of looks maxing. They have their own terminology, their own language in a way. And
it's so fringe. You know what? Be the good dad that you can be when you have a kid that's,
And beat your kid with the hammer. Don't carve his face.
Exactly. you do the hammering, not him. But tell your kid, listen, son, if he asks you this, let's go to the gym or make sure you get a hold of your mom and you eat better. And I'm the last one to sit here and give health advice.
Have their own rating scale for rating each other's faces. It really is their own subculture that they've created. It's not just trying to look your best.
It's
it goes
fringe.
beyond that in a way.
It's fringe.
It's a bit of their own cultural spin.
You know what I'm going to start? Newsmaxing. What do you think about that?
What do you think about putting your hands down my pants, buddy? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Seth, that came out.
Yeah, that came out wrong.
So I think this woman posted bond, but there's 2 different stories on her. And Lummy, it was the college girl that gave birth to the kid in the bath.
Yeah, the one here in Florida.
In Flagler County.
Oh, we got an update on that. Thank God.
And she I think, did she drown it?
She just popped it out. She killed it, and then I think she just stuffed it in like a duffel bag.
Oh.
She pooped it out in the toilet.
Oh,
At Toyota Orlando and Toyota of Claremont, it's the Ready, Set, Go sales event. Get our lowest prices and special interest rates. Like this new 26 Corolla LE. Get 3.4
Doesn't even let me skip it. I'm just saying.
for just $119 a month. Toyota.
How many lines of cocaine did she do
Mall
before
and
that
Toyota
one?
of Claremont at Highway 50.
God.
First at 10, running to escape the cameras. A Flagler County mother accused of killing her newborn baby bonds out of jail. A judge granted Ann May DeMeglio bond during a court hearing this morning.
West Shoes' Gail Pascal Brown live at the Flagler County Jail tonight. And Gail, she didn't have anything to say when she got out.
Why should she get bail?
Not a word. Police says
it's murder, ain't it?
Yes. Why should she get bail
Well,
for?
deputies rather say that she gave birth at home, watched her baby die, and then buried the newborn in the backyard.
Oh, she buried it too?
Yeah. Check outside.
You have to say? Not a word, but 20-year-old Ann May DeMiglio did make a mad dash as she bonded out of the Flagler County Jail Thursday. Hours earlier, she was in a courtroom facing charges for aggravated manslaughter of a child. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies say she gave birth on the toilet last week at her home on Florida Park Drive in Palm Coast.
How old is she, 18?
20.
Now, did
that should be first-degree homicide.
Watched her baby die.
She left it there as she was cleaning up the blood because she was concerned that her mother would find out what had happened.
Investigators say DeMiglio hid the infant, a girl, 3 pounds, 6 ounces, in a duffel bag in her closet.
3 pounds, 6 ounces. That's a viable baby.
Oh, it is.
And then went to her college, plus the Little Theater in New Smyrna Beach for a performance. She played the character Virtue in the musical Anything Goes. Deputies say she eventually buried the newborn in a shallow grave in her backyard.
I did ask her if, knowing what she knew now during our interview, if she could go back 48 hours and change how she handled the outcome of this, if she would change it. She said she doesn't believe that she would.
That was enough for the state to
Dumb bitch doesn't even know how to play the game.
For no
Softball.
bond. Saying,
I'd be like, oh, my Lord, of course I would. I would have been on the phone with my mother, just...
She poses a threat to the community and could continue to destroy evidence in the case. DeMiglio's attorney countered by saying she's no threat.
There's no diagnosed mental condition, but there is something obviously that's off. But I think as far as a danger to the community, I don't think there is. This is an isolated episode.
Why do they need some sort of mental test after they kill their newborn? That's the mental test.
Right.
You're insane.
You let it drown in the toilet.
Right. That's you failed the test. What else do we need?
You've already had the test. You've already had the test. Seth.
Right.
Right, Seth? And you're saying, like, we don't need any other tests to know that you're full-blown insane.
Yeah, I don't need her to look at a picture of a rabbit and tell me that she thinks of, the Chuck E. Cheese days and go, oh, yeah, this is a normal lady.
Right, and she's insane, but she knows the difference between right or wrong, or she wouldn't have hid it in a duffel bag, buried it in the backyard, avoided from mom, done her performance. In the law, just the act of loading a bullet in a gun, Seth, can be called premeditation. When you look at all the things that this person did that were premeditated or crimes after the fact, it's so disgusting. This person should never get bail. She should be in prison for life. It's upsetting.
Including GPS monitoring.
No contact with any minors, but especially no relative minors. That means no events at the house where minors are present, no baby.
And you know how you make sure none of this happens, you soft judge?
Keep her in jail.
Thank you. Bingo. All these provisions that you're worried about would not happen if you're in jail.
If you would, the way that this is, and I know probably abortion people are going to start piping up, but if this is how you kill a baby that is born, then to me you're a threat to society because you could do anything.
You are.
I agree.
You would kill a baby like that, then you're capable of anything. I'm good with keeping you locked up for the time being.
Exactly. You are a threat to society.
It used to be a capital crime in Florida where you got a 12-person jury and a mandatory death penalty when you engaged in this type of premeditated murder with malice aforethought. I mean, she knew what she was doing.
At all.
In my opinion.
May DeMiglio got out of jail on a $250,000 bond.
What to say?
She also
she knows by
cannot
running she's
leave
guilty.
Flagler County. Live in Flagler County, I'm Gail Pascal Brown.
Here's another one, Lummy. Another one. This is, I think, after the arrest.
Jail in her pajama pants. A 20-year-old accused of secret.
Oh.
Never had that one before. Just locked up right in the middle of the deal. I think this is just reiterating what she already had done.
Yeah.
All right. Let me do some words. We'll back. Illegal immigrant student accused of groping girls in North Virginia high school. Is he not supposed to be here, or is he?
Well, the start of the article says an adult Fairfax High School student has been charged with 9 counts. So.
Oh, an adult?
Yes, he's an adult student.
Oh, I'd love to go back to high school.
You and Matthew McConaughey.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. Wow. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Reporter Rachel Perry has been following this case since the beginning, and she learned both the suspect and the victim were nurses at the same hospital and were allegedly involved in a romantic relationship. While no motive is listed in the 25-page arrest report, officials say the suspect, Renee Perez, and the victim, Linda Campitelli, had been having an affair for roughly 2 years and had met through work at the Wellington Regional Medical Center.
Renee Perez.
In a jumpsuit and handcuffs, Renee Perez appears in Palm Beach County Court charged with first-degree murder.
All right, thank you, Renee Perez. Very well.
Palm Beach County Sheriff investigators say Perez is responsible for the death of Linda Campitelli, a nurse and a mother.
Detectives began working on that case in October 2024 and haven't stopped.
While he was just arrested, the case dates back to October of 2024 when Campitelli was found dead on the side of the road in Lake Worth.
Their initial findings were that Mrs. Campitelli's injuries were consistent with blunt force trauma.
Her death was ruled a homicide, noting blood was found in her vehicle, and her injuries suggest she was dragged from one location to another. The report outlines the days leading up to Campitelli's death, including messages with Perez from the night before. One reads, "So tomorrow at 7:30, and you're 100% sure this is okay?" Perez replies, "Yes, ma'am, you got it. I love you so much." Despite Perez claiming they never met up and he never left his job, investigators claim his vehicle is seen leaving before returning to work about 5 hours later, where he's seen wearing different shoes. No more than a year since her death, Capitelli's close friend offered these words, writing, "Linda was a beautiful soul who meant so much to the people who loved her. While nothing can bring her back, we are grateful that there..."
Rugged white male Miami. We had a thick 23-looking-year-old guy that came into our school our senior year, was for sure a 21 Jump Street guy. He was there for about a month. And he just stood out like a sore thumb.
They worked through the night to identify their suspect and arrest him. Chief Investigator Chris Nakamoto is here now with what neighbors have to say about this, who, as you can imagine, are stunned, and what may make you even more mad is the suspect's troubling criminal history. Chris.
Good evening, Greg. Jeremiah Taylor is no stranger to law enforcement. In fact, he was just released from jail in January for a slew of other charges. Tonight, neighbors on East Black Oak Drive near Park Forest and Sherwood Forest are stunned. Jeremiah, did you rape a 94-year-old woman?
No.
What was that?
No.
You didn't do that?
No.
So what is this?
Oh, an old man, I don't rape no battery man.
Wearing handcuffs and only speaking with
Very tough. It's unspeakable, written.
Yeah, I think that's complete. If you're talking about the voter ID thing, I think that's complete shit.
Excuse me. You got a big hearing today, Jay?
Yeah.
Must be a big one because you're back the fuck out.
I'm ready to go. Know what I mean? Fired up, I'm ready to go. That's amazing, 305. Nicaragua's got great waves too. It's just not quite as safe still. He'll tell you the same thing. It's just a little sketchy sometimes. I still have to get there to surf too. It's on my bucket. Thank you, Thomas Gilson. Appreciate that. Jay Bowler, 300. I don't think Brian Matroni has gotten the 200 in his tournaments yet. I have to ask and confirm that. I think he said he has. I got to see the patch. Until I see the certified patch, which you get when you're in a real league, I got to see it. I still have the $20 and the patch from Danny. Because he was a better bowler most of the time, but he never did it while we were playing league. Thank you, Tony. Peter.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all of the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Don't forget, Friday, you can go to our Facebook page, our Instagram, our X, and find the link to the New York Yankees versus Baltimore Orioles. The Bubba link that gets you a $80 ticket for $45. We'll be sitting in a special section. I think we're nearly 100 tickets sold so far. With your $45 ticket comes a hot dog, soda, water, domestic beer, and then access to that little bar, actually large bar area that we've usually hang out at. So we'll be there Friday. First pitch against the Orioles, Yankees versus Orioles, 6:35. That's the first pitch.
Weather's supposed to be nice, low 70s.
I think we got a little bit of rain coming through like today, and I think it's good the rest of the week.
Yes, it is.
I'm trying to plan of when I got to go back up to the track. I'm in the middle of material harvesting. We had the tour of destruction this weekend. Whew, they tear up the track. Oh my God. Then we had one of the bus drivers in the figure eight. He flipped his bus and broke his arm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was crazy. That figure eight bus stuff.
On 7 News now, an 18-year-old Fairfax County high school student who is in the country illegally has been charged with multiple counts of assault for allegedly groping girls in the hallway. Our Nick Minock was the first to report this story and spoke exclusively.
Now, how do you even get in school?
Yeah.
Like, how do you, let's say that you moved from wherever and now you're in this school district, this particular high school that you supposedly got to go to. Don't you, Jay, you might, or Seth, or whoever's dealing, don't you have to have, transcripts from your other school? And, it's
a sanctuary state and a sanctuary city, so no, they don't. You're here and you say you're of legal age to go to school, and they say, cool, go to school.
They don't say...
Give me your transcripts from Mexico or from wherever you came from.
So we can properly, place you in, what.
They're more strict with Little League Baseball than they are with school.
Right.
With the girls' parents, we do want to warn you here, some of these details may not be appropriate for younger viewers.
Israel Flores Ortez is almost 19 years old and in the 11th grade at Fairfax County High School. About a dozen girls have come forward to report that Ortez put his hands between their legs and grabbed their privates while in the school hallways. Now he's in jail, facing 9 counts of assault.
Great. Perfect.
7 News has also learned.
No, not on the act, on the fact that they got this shady bastard in jail.
Ortez, as an illegal immigrant.
And then just tell a couple of the tough guys on the yard, hey, he's a chomo. And then Lummi jail just takes care of itself. Yeah. It does. I've interviewed enough of these guys now in my one-on-ones that the chomos, word gets out that you're a chomo, and if you've not just told the authorities, you're dead. They'll kill you.
From El Salvador, who crossed the southern border in 2024 and was released under federal government policy at that time. After his arrest, ICE issued a detainer for Ortez last week in order to deport him, but tells me the Fairfax County Sheriff is not honoring that detainer.
There you go. That's the problem, Bubba. When you have these sheriffs that have an ICE detainer, all you have to do is you call ICE. ICE comes to jail. They take them. They execute the detainer, and then they get rid of this person who did not belong here to begin with, who's raping and assaulting allegedly young women in the halls.
No, he is. He's in jail for it.
But they're going to let him out. They're not going to cooperate with ICE. That's how Minnesota happens.
Didn't locally Jane Castor be given a warning?
Yes.
With regards to how she's been handling things lately?
Yes, she has.
And Ronnie D might come and replace her?
Yeah.
It's not going to go well for her because Ronnie D allowed the Florida State Troopers, I think every Florida State Trooper in Florida has been deputized by ICE. Every highway patrol officer. And they can, when they issue a stop, they can enforce an immigration detainer by just simply taking them into custody and calling ICE and they're gone.
What has Castor done? She's created a sanctuary city for these people to come and not be identified or have to.
Yeah, her what they're saying she has done is her department is not disclosing immigration backgrounds for witnesses and victims.
And now, is this a warning and she's going to be compliant, or are they on a mission to get rid of her?
She said they'll look into it and
court hearing attended by many of the girls' parents Friday morning.
I have mixed feelings about that. Witnesses and victims. I don't know that. I don't think that you should be. I think you should be heralded and praised as somebody who's coming as a witness in a trial, and if you're illegal, I think that should not be held against you personally. If you're willing to come forward and to testify in a trial as a witness, what do you think about that person? They're trying to do the right thing. Are we going to now just round them up? I don't think that's right.
I think there has to be some discretion. Guys trying to do the right thing.
You cut them a deal, right?
Let's go get them signed up and properly documented. Right?
Yeah, so I don't think victims and witnesses should be subjected to the same type of scenario here.
As his attorney requested he be let out on bail, the prosecutor from Fairfax County Commonwealth's Attorney Steve Descano's office agreed.
But the judge did not. After reviewing the surveillance video from the school district and in spite of the prosecutor supporting his release.
So the prosecutor, why is everybody so soft? And thank God for the judge up there, because, I mean, you got the sheriff and the prosecutor that's this guy is a monster. He's 19 years old. He's from El Salvador illegally, and he's going to high school and grabbing girls' vaginas. And the sheriff and the prosecutor wants to let this guy out. And thank God the judge had some balls about themselves, whether female or male, that says, no, I'm not letting this guy out.
The judge felt that the bail request did not properly address the public safety.
The parents were relieved because they say they'd been told Ortez would be allowed back in school if he were released. But that's just one of the issues that has these moms mad at the school district.
They have attempted to sweep it under the rug. They sent out a letter last night saying again
after
that
we demanded it. Multiple parents demanded that there be a letter before we got it.
But it was a completely sanitized letter.
Weeks after the incidents were reported to police, Principal Georgina A. sent an email to parents saying in part, quote, these incidents involved the student touching the student's buttocks while they were transitioning in the hallways.
Yeah, no. I would not be here for butt slapping. I would be upset about that, but this wouldn't be my second day this week here at the courthouse for that. It was a clear violation that he put his hand in between my daughter's legs, and the butt was actually the last thing that he touched.
The parents also told me the principal downplaying what happened has only created more problems.
The girls have experienced harassment and bullying from peers at school, including people that they once thought were their friends. And the letter that they sent out referencing it only as buttocks touching just adds fuel to the rumor.
So you got the soft principal, the soft school system, the soft sheriff, and the soft prosecutor, and the only person that's hard, and thank God, is the judge, because the judge can control where this person goes or whether he gets out or not.
That they were just attention seeking.
Another detail that came to light is that Ortez has been engaging in this behavior all school year, according to the prosecutor, and nothing has been done about it until now. I asked the school district about that. They said they can't comment on this case and that student safety is their top priority. Reporting in Fairfax, Nick Minock, 7 News.
So, Bubba, this is that same county where during COVID, all the parents were going ballistic about regulations and masks. And there was that one dad who was tackled, and they made it seem like it was for COVID precautions. And what it was is they had a transgender male student who sexually assaulted his female daughter when she was a minor in high school, and the school did the exact same thing that they're doing here. They swept it under the rug.
His daughter was raped.
No, it was actually fully raped.
Same school system.
Same school system, same county, same board of educators that find this behavior. No, not a problem.
They just transferred him to a different school.
Yeah, and then they didn't tell the other school, right?
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, wait till you hear this story, and then see this little mother effer that did it. Did you see the kid?
Yeah.
Oh my God, and it's disturbing. And what if this was your mother, or more, and so you're probably closer to your grandma?
Yeah.
What if this was your grandma?
So we're going to start with a tough one.
It's tough. This is tough, but man,
tough one. It's unspeakable, really. A 94-year-old woman raped right here in Baton Rouge.
94-year-old woman raped by this.
Tonight, Baton Rouge police say they worked through the night to identify their suspect and arrest him. Our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto, is here now with what neighbors have to say about this, who, as you can imagine, are stunned, and what may make you even more mad is these suspects.
How do you rape a 94-year-old woman? Oh my Lord, you're demented.
Troubling criminal history. Chris.
Good evening, Greg. Jeremiah Taylor is no stranger to law enforcement. In fact, he was just released from jail in January for a slew of other charges. Tonight, neighbors on East Black Oak Drive near Park Forest and Sherwood Forest are stunned.
Look at this.
Jeremiah, did you rape a 94-year-old woman?
No.
What was that?
No.
You didn't do that?
No.
So what is this?
I don't know, man. I don't rape no body, man.
Wearing handcuffs and only speaking with profanities, 22-year-old Jeremiah Taylor is accused of the unthinkable. Investigators say he raped a 94-year-old woman who lived on this street in Baton Rouge in broad daylight.
Jesus.
Neighbors are stunned and say the woman always was outside, tending to her yard, and the neighbors all looked after her.
It's just horrible. You know, Satan is busy, you know, and it is just bad. Stuff like this don't usually happen around here. And, you know, everybody looks out, that was a sweet woman.
I want to see that guy. Hold on. Look at this guy. Hold on. Here.
Sad. Shit, nothing like that be happening in the neighborhood, really. That's sad. That's sick.
The WAFBI team first to report Taylor's troubled past with arrests for rape, burglary.
Hold on. What? Yeah, rape, burglary. Why is this guy amongst us? Look at this.
No cash bail.
First degree rape, aggravated vaginal. Look. First degree rape, aggravated vaginal. Second degree battery. My Lord.
Unauthorized entry, all within the past 2 years. The WAFBI team found his most recent arrest was dismissed by District Attorney Hiller Moore's office, allowing Taylor back out on the streets.
Jesus.
The frustration palpable for detectives who repeatedly see the same offenders over and over.
It is a source of contention. It is a source of frustration on our department and with our officers. Why this is happening is some questions.
I feel sorry for these cops. They haul these bad guys in only to see them 2, 3, 4 months later back on the streets because a prosecutor or whatever is soft on crime and lets them go, cuts a deal, whatever.
I would love y'all to ask the rest of the judicial system.
Following yesterday's rape, detectives worked quickly, putting photos out on Crime Stoppers Friday morning, and the community responded with an incredible amount of tips.
Within just minutes of us releasing those photos, the public reached out to us and was able to give us information about the location of the suspect. Our detectives then went and were able to arrest the suspect within just a few minutes in the same vicinity.
For neighbors who look after neighbors, if he's found guilty, many of them say they want to see Taylor pay the ultimate price. They want to see the state seek castration in this case.
Oh, yeah! Hell yeah! I didn't know Louisiana will cut your balls off, but I'm all for it.
And more.
Hell yeah.
I don't think it deserves to live. Honestly. Cat, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. You still can walk around. That lady ain't even gonna ever be right again after this. You're lucky you didn't catch him. You know, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow.
Street justice, he said he's lucky he didn't get caught.
Chief Moore says the evidence is overwhelming as this investigation continues.
When you're looking at one of the most vulnerable parts of our population, the elderly, to take advantage of them in this way, horrendous. Unacceptable. I don't know what word you really use.
How many places is castration legal?
I think only a handful.
I didn't even know that was an option on the table.
You lit up when you heard about it. You're like, hell yeah.
Well, I mean, it's either
Cut the guy's balls off.
It's either it's death or life in prison for something like that. But now we could castrate him. I mean.
You know, Seth, 20 years ago, conservative Republicans wanted to chemically castrate pedophiles, and the Democrats went ballistic over doing that because they thought it was just such the worst thing to do. And you know what they use for children now for gender-affirming care? The same medicine they were going to chemically castrate felons for. But now it's okay for children.
Oh, well, I'm all for castrating a felon, even a misdemeanor guy.
The old school way, right? Like, make him a eunuch?
Yes.
It looks like there's a couple states. Florida's one of them.
Oh
yeah.
Right,
Hell yeah.
Let's get it on the
Seth's
books.
Seth's going to roll around neighborhood patrol with a whole different swagger, knowing he can cut a guy's nuts right off, right down to zero.
I don't want to patrol this necessary situation, but yeah.
Sources tell the I-Team the victim in this case received some pretty serious injuries, including broken bones during the attack. Taylor is locked up in the East Baton Rouge Parish Jail with no bond this evening. For the WAFBI team, I'm Chris Nakamoto.
You just let them back in that community that they interviewed, Lummy. I think they'll be taken care of.
Be By the way, they were going like, hey, this shouldn't happen in our community. It should happen in no communities ever.
Ever. Exactly. Jay's got a big something. He's all suited up. We'll do the after show, the uncensored after show. We'll call it, 1520. Appreciate you. See you later.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Seth, co-host and president of podcasting.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter programming.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
counsel.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello. I'm back.